Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
talkSPORT Breakfast. I am not Alan Brazil. My name's Shabana Hearn. Can you believe it? Day 2.
He's not here.
Day 2. Is it being his own record then?
No, well, all I can say to the listeners out there, he'll be back. He's coming back.
I'll be back.
I'll
be back.
And he's not drinking, so don't worry about that.
So yeah, it's not like he's fallen off the wagon or anything.
No.
He's just absolutely banjaxed after one day of Cheltenham. It's Cheltenham 1, Alan Brazil 0. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here today, but he is absolutely fine. He's resting up. He'll be back with you tomorrow morning for day 2 of his Cheltenham, day 3 for everyone else. How you doing? This is talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. Dean, I was listening to you yesterday, getting into the spirit of things. I hear you might have had a winner.
I did. I backed John Joe O'Neill's horse, 18-1.
Lovely.
Get in. So first day, so I'm in front. I haven't won.
Can I ask?
I'm just winning.
Can you tell me the amount that you play with, or are we not allowed to do that?
You're a bet within your means.
I get that. And
Responsibly,
bet responsibly. Be gambleaware.org.
Pound each way.
Right, okay.
Pound each way. That'll do.
You lie.
Alan won as well. But I'm just happy to get in safe today, because have you heard what happened yesterday with Ed? He ran a family of rabbits over. And today I'm thinking, right, come on, Ed. But they had stewards out on the road hitting the bushes to make sure the rabbits run the other way. So we got here safe today, because Ed's like, he's having a bad run, but it's nice to be here. You left this morning to get here.
Yeah.
From London.
St Albans
Madness.
No, fine, sailed up. No problem.
Was you listening to Paul Ross?
I did listen to Extra Time, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the racing was brilliant yesterday, wasn't it? The racing, like, we got another day today, but yesterday was brilliant.
Yeah, Lossiemouth absolutely flying yesterday.
What a performance. Like, I backed the New Lion, and it got beat by, 15 lengths, 10 lengths, something like that. It was just going away. Yeah. What a performance from Lossiemouth.
No, very much so. We'll look back in that in just a moment. And then last night, the football, it goes from bad to worse for Spurs, doesn't it, Dean?
Well, I've got a different angle on this, right? You've heard me talking over the years about playing out from the back. The young kid last night, I felt so sorry for him. He slipped twice. But are you shocked? This has been coming. This type of situation's been coming for a couple of years. Always remember, the worst player in your team, in any football team, is the goalkeeper. Otherwise, he'd play out. That's why they play in goals. The next worst are the centre-backs on the ball. The next worst are the midfield players, and then the artists are up the front. So really, you want them to have the ball with quality. So if you keep playing five-a-side in your own 6-yard box, away from home in front of a full stadium, it's the manager's fault. It's not the young lad's fault, it's the manager's fault. Why didn't he say to him, you're 22, it's your debut in Europe, when you get the ball tonight, just put your foot through it. We're away from home. Don't take any chances. He slipped over twice and he's give two. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. It's self-destruct.
Well, if you missed it yesterday, here at Cheltenham, Lossiemouth was the start of the show, winning the champion hurdle in stunning fashion for superstar trainer Willie Mullins. And then the racing wasn't taking the headlines last night. It was all about Spurs. Just when you thought they can't get any worse, well, they did.
Could be the first Tottenham side ever to lose 6 successive games in League and Cup. Oh, a terrible mistake from Kinski. It's robbed square and Llorente fires it in to the bottom left-hand corner.
It's a disgraceful performance from the players.
You can't afford to make mistakes like that.
Oh, another stumble. They're in again. It's Griezmann trying to get round Danso. Slots it into the bottom right-hand corner.
Spurs fans must be thinking, I cannot believe what I'm watching.
Oh, he's done it again. Kinski's going to be walked in for 3. Julian Alvarez this time. And if ever you needed 15 minutes to completely encapsulate the situation that Spurs find themselves in at the moment, we've seen it here.
And Vicario's coming on now.
It's not what's happened, it's how it's happened.
I'll be really honest, I hope we get pumped, because this manager has got to go.
Griezmann finding Alvarez, not too much of the way of defenders, and he's made it 5.
Anyone who thinks that Spurs might not go down has not been watching them.
A terrible, terrible night for Tottenham Hotspur. Atletico Madrid 5, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
So if you missed it, they were 4-0 down just after 22 minutes. 2 absolute goalkeeping howlers, one of the worst for Spurs in their history. Antonin Kinski was preferred to the usual Vicario last night, but made no case for himself to be selected again after 2 slip-ups that led to Atleti's goals. And then he was hooked by Igor Tudor in just 17 minutes, the earliest a goalkeeper has ever been subbed off for tactical reasons. You mentioned it just before the package there, that this is the manager's fault. Why do you think he played him? I mean, there was calls for Vicario to be subbed, but why?
Well, he's trying to get a result, and he's tried everything. That's 4 games now, so he's tried a different system nearly in every game. So he's looking for answers, and he's thought, right, it's the goalie's fault, so I'll change the goalkeeper as well. But it's not just him. What about the 2 centre-backs, Romero and Van der Ven, 2 experienced players? After 5 minutes, I would expect my 2 centre-backs, experienced players, to say to him, don't pass it to us, don't pass it round here, you've made a mistake, now just put your foot through the ball every time it comes to you, and take the pressure off the young lad. The only thing I didn't like, and I understand why he took him off, because you've got to make them split decisions on the touchline. I've been there when you're thinking, shall I take him off or not? Sometimes it's outfield players as well, you think, shall I get him off? But I'll crush him if I take him off. When he walked off, he should have put his arm round him and at least try to say, look, don't worry, I've just done that for the team. I've done it to... There's nothing you can say that would really, but at least show that you're not... He just blanked him, didn't he, as he walked past him?
I mean, the only person I don't think had sympathy last night for Kinski was Jamie O'Hara. He said, on a human level, I feel for the guy, but he's doing his job. He wasn't very good at his job. He's still getting paid fortunes in the week, and he simply wasn't good enough. But I think to pull out Vicario for that game and put on a 22-year-old with very little experience when the team are already shocking, you know, you've put a lot on the young guy's shoulders. You actually feel sorry for him.
Do you know what though, Siobhan? Give yourself a chance of playing well. Wear the right footwear. They're all slipping about.
What was that about? Have you ever had that?
Yes, and you have to say to the players, because what they do, players, right? Say I used to wear studs that all the time, and I very rarely would I wear, you know, like rubbers they call them. They used to call them moulded.
Moulton.
Well, if you get a bit of grease on top of the pitch at 7:30, a bit of dew comes on the pitch. It becomes like an ice rink if you've got rubbers on. And some of them would wear them because they're comfy. So if you want to be comfy, wear slippers. But you can't play football. So get the right footwear on. You're not allowed to slip. If a striker slips, he'll get another chance. But as a defender, I used to say to my players, you're not allowed to slip, by the way, if you're a defender. Don't come in and say, sorry, gaffer, I slipped. What if you slip every week? Are you going to slip next week? Wear the right footwear. Van der Ven was sliding all over the place, and the goalkeeper slipped 2 or 3 times. But you've got to feel sorry for him. But he's just got... We'll find out. It's a bit like Karius, wasn't it? You know, that situation where you think, well, I hope he comes back from it, because he's only a young lad, and I hope he learns from it. But I'm sure all his teammates would have got round him afterwards. But they are in a right mess. Absolutely.
Listen, the sports bar was the place to be last night after it went viral from the defeat the week before.
Oh, Jamie.
Oh, my God. Did you watch all that?
He falls for it every time. I was his manager, Siobhan. He used to fall for anything.
You've seen it all.
I told him he was slim, and he believed me.
We're not fat shaming at 6:10. Dean, you're a disgrace. Here's Jamie O'Hara on the sports bar last night.
Lost 4 games on the bounce. Yeah. 4 games. He's come in, lost 4 on the bounce. Embarrassed. He's embarrassed us. Yeah. Embarrassed us. He's got to go. He has got to go. He's got to get sacked tonight. I want it on this show in half hour, sacked. I want it. I want the info. I want Alex Crook on it, sacked. If he's not sacked, I swear to God, I won't watch Spurs. I will not watch Spurs again with this manager in charge. That team he picked is an absolute joke. It is a joke. 3 at the back. 4 in midfield. You're getting overrun. Atletico Madrid away. You got Kinski and goal. He's 22 years old. My nan could tell you that he's not good enough to be in goal in a Champions League match. You play him against Barnsley. That's when you play Kinski.
Well, next season he will be.
You can't play a kid and then you drag him after 16 minutes. Shocking.
Oh, is he right?
The argument, your heart tells you, your heart's saying you can't do that to him, taking him off after 17 minutes. But unless you've stood in that technical area and you think, this game's we're going to get battered 7 or 8 here, you get the feeling coming over you, if I don't take him off. So I can understand both reasons. I'd have to know the lad and I'd have to be in his shoes. But I thought he should have just consoled him a bit on the way off. But listen to Jamie there, you know. He got me the sack, Jamie.
And you wondered if he's going to get Igor Tudor the sack as well. Where do Spurs go next? Are they going to part company with this guy? You can get in touch with us this morning. Speak to Dean Saunders, 03717 223344. Who could they bring in the interim? Fans of other clubs, are you starting to feel a little bit sorry for Tottenham now? It's not funny. Like last night wasn't funny. It was more of a sympathetic than like rivalry banter.
It's a new low. Did you hear Basong yesterday?
No.
We had Basong on, used to play centre half. And I asked him, you played under Harry Redknapp, would his style of management work on the modern day players now? And it was interesting. His answer was, short term, yes. Long term, no. He said, I think it's what they need right now. Someone to go in and talk to the players, simplify everything. Just do your job. Yeah. And I'm sure that's what... You know, Martin O'Neill goes in at Celtic. And apparently, he's walked up to the centre-back at Celtic. He said, listen, I've never met you before. Never seen you before. I've watched a video of you. But do me a favour. Just head the ball out the box. clear the ball when you have to, and stop making mistakes, and you'll always play for me.
Keep it simple.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, but see that comment? If you read behind it, he's actually threatening him. What if you don't do it? What if I don't head the ball out? You're not going to play. So he's gone around the whole team, and he'll say something simple like that to everyone, and then they know their place. So he goes home thinking, right, all I've got to do, get on the end of everything in our box and clear it and stop making mistakes.
Yeah. So
I'm going to play.
So Spurs in a bit of a situation. Looks like they're on the exit of the Champions League, never mind relegation as well. Fans of other clubs, do you feel sorry for them now? 03717 22 3344. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from Cheltenham Racecourse. Good morning.
It's not just an embarrassment for the old firm, it's an embarrassment for the whole of Scottish football. And Scottish football as a whole is getting tarnished with this. And I just think it's incredibly unfair on the normal, well-behaved football supporter that they're getting tarnished with this brush. And I was listening to David Tanner. It's not just that yesterday, this has been going on for a long, long time. And Rangers as a football club need to address their own house. They need to put a stop to this. I know the way of stopping it is by banning them. Get them gone for the stadium. Nobody wants them.
Yeah, it's with the mask on as well, isn't it? All the covering their faces up as well, Gregor.
How's that anything to do with football? I go to a football match. I like to wear my colours. These people are not football supporters. They're mindless thugs. They're mindless thugs.
Yeah.
Gregor, I've always said, look, I'm a Glasgow boy. I've always said that, the history and all that. There's nothing, for me, there's nothing wrong with being excited before the game, singing your songs for 90 minutes, and then going home and being normal again. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to run on pitches, throw a few punches, and that's just beyond a joke. It's a disgrace.
That's the way it used to happen.
save up to £500 on thousands of cars. Alan Brazil having a cheeky day off today. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. He's just a bit battered after day one of Cheltenham. My name's Shaban. Dean Saunders is here. Katie Shanahan is here. Tottenham fans, keep your calls coming in this morning. We want to hear from you. Another dreadful evening, this time in Europe. 03717 22 3344. We are going to hear from the great man himself about his love of Cheltenham and a rather typical Alan request.
Variety of people here, different characters. It's just magical. But I've won loads of money. I've also been sacked from here, but I'd be here all day telling you stories. But it is special. It's my favourite week of the year.
I was going to say, does it feel like a reunion every time that you come back?
Absolutely, yeah. It's always good to get the first day, so we're in the second day now. No, it's really, really good. It's special.
Would you say this is your happy place?
Very much so, yes. Like I say, my ashes have been sprinkled in the last fence. Maybe.
Not yet, though. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Maybe Thursday.
Hold on a minute. Now he said it. Katie, is he alive? Is Al still with us?
He's fine.
I seen it all yesterday.
But also, what a lovely thing to say, you know, sprinkle his ashes on the final fence. Huh?
At least we know. At least you know he was.
Well, he's got an option. Goodwood, Ascot, Cheltenham or Ipswich.
Well, he's gone with Cheltenham, hasn't he?
His loves. Yeah. But yesterday was hilarious. If you just filmed what I saw yesterday, Alan Brazil was handing glasses of champagne to Jill, his wife.
I love it.
He was holding her drinks for her. Alan a Diet Coke, and Jill was steaming.
And
Michelle was there.
Well done, Jill. She's done well there.
Oh, God,
but he'll be back. He loves it here, doesn't he? And I'm sure he didn't want to come. Yeah. But he can't help it.
Do you know what? Because he doesn't just finish up here and head home for a rest, even though he talks about sitting in front of that fire a lot. He has to go and work elsewhere and then speak to a lot of people and see a lot of people, and there's a lot of moving around and there's a lot of hills to climb. So, yeah. God bless him. Rest up today, Alan. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We can now look at today's back pages with Katie. Katie.
Yes, so we're going to start with The Sun. They've gone with the headline, Kin Hell. Cock-up keeper Kinski subbed after just 16 minutes with two catastrophic Champions League howlers. You got then in the Times, Tudor gamble backfires for shambolic Spurs, like understanding that all the headlines are Spurs this morning. Mirror have gone with Tadaris to do. Daily Mail calamity. I mean, Dino, 4-0 down after 22 minutes after those howlers from Kinski. I mean, was that the worst 22 minutes of football that you've ever seen? It's got to be up there.
We've just been talking about it while you were out there working for about 8 different companies.
But oh, you're going to be nice to me this morning.
Yeah, look, we've got the same outfit on.
We come dressed as Mr. and Mrs. Cheltenham.
It's cute.
Look, brown.
But with matching brown, it was even more fitting.
Yes. It looks good with you. Contrast with you looking like a headmistress.
And with the little ones being in trouble.
But anyway, back to the football.
But anyway, back to football.
I just said it's self-destruct football, right? People out there, I know there's a trend of playing out from the back through your goalkeeper. The goalkeeper mainly has to stop shots and catch crosses. If he can play as well, that decides what league he plays in. If you can play in the Premier League, if you're good with your feet, as well as save shots and do the basics. He's gone out there last night. It's the manager's fault. He's got 2 experienced centre-backs in front of him. He's having a disaster after 5 minutes, trying to play out. Terrible mistakes. But 22 years of age, the worst player in your football team is the goalkeeper. They've tried playing out, goalkeepers. They can't play out. Don't think Alisson could play for Wrexham and play up front and do a good job. He can't run, for a start. And they're good at striking dead balls, goal kicks. They can ping a ball because they're doing it every day. But they can't play. Don't be surprised when that... I'm shocked it hasn't happened before, a disaster like this. Goalkeeper gave 4 goals away in 15 minutes and got dragged off. Tell him to put his foot through the ball. We're away in Atletico Madrid. You've got 2 centre-backs.
He tried to, and then he slipped. Do you think there was something wrong with the pitch?
That's the style of play. They're all doing it. In front of your own goal. He had the wrong studs on, obviously, because he's slipping. Basics.
But there has been talk about the pitch, hasn't there?
Well, get it right. If there's been talk about it, even more. When you go out and train on it the night before, or you go out for the warm-up, lads, I said to Shaban, I used to say to the players, if you're a defender today, by the way, on that pitch, it's like an ice rink, you're not allowed to slip. Do not come in here afterwards and say, sorry about the first goal, gaffer, I slipped. What if you slip next week then? Slip. You can't slip. Get the right studs on. Give yourself a chance of playing well. So that's the basics from the start. And then playing five-a-side in your own 6-yard box with... So Romero and Van der Ven, the next step for them is goalkeeper. Right, the centre-backs. They're good at heading it. The big, strong lads, they can't play football like midfield players can play. And the midfield players can't play like the strikers. So are you surprised that happened? I'm just surprised it hasn't happened before. Like, it's suicide football.
There is also the aspect of a lot of people will be listening and they would have watched the game, but also feel really sorry for Kingsley this morning. He's 22 years old, came off after 17 minutes. We were talking last night. You said you would have kept him on until half-time. But even it could have been 3 or 4. He kept slipping. Maybe you should have took him off for his own good.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'd have to know the lad. When you stand in that technical area, unless you've stood there and you've been in that situation, sometimes you see the game different to everybody else in the stadium. You're looking and you feel like you can feel you're going to concede a goal or you can feel you're going to score a goal. And when you watch the game back afterwards, you weren't in any trouble. But you get that feeling. And you have to make that decision. Nobody else. You've got staff behind you. He would have said to his assistant, shall we get him off? And the assistant must have tried to help him.
Have you seen the video, though, of, is it Vicario goes up to the manager? It looks like he's almost saying, take him off. And then at that point, Romero goes up to the manager and then Vicario's getting ready then behind him. Should have turned around and said, so it feels like there was a little bit of the players even saying he's got to go.
They might have said his head's gone, yeah. But
on the subject, playing Kinski was the right call, says Tudor. He's a talented goalkeeper. Then something happened. I've never seen anything like this in 15 years. I subbed him off to help him, but this season it looks like everything goes against us, is what Tudor said last night.
I would have consoled him on the way off. If I'd done it, I would have said...
He didn't even look at him, did he?
I would have said, look, yeah, just because he must feel getting... I don't think I've been subbed off after a quarter of an hour.
14 minutes was a shocker. Yeah. Katie, thank you very much. You're back with us very, very soon. We're live from Cheltenham. Coming up for you next, we're going to ask a Newcastle legend whether Lamine Yamal's that late equaliser will cost the Toon a longer Champions League run. Good morning.
When I saw the scenes, whether the scale of the scenes were back to the 80s or not, which is my argument that they clearly weren't, there was not a surprise in my mind that there was an issue when you've got the two sets of fans in a combustible environment and large amounts of the opposing side being in the away ground for the first time in significant years. I look at the rules and say, it's interesting about rules being quoted as the SFA enforcing a 20% rule around the stadium capacity, yet the rules in the SPFL require you to provide a certain amount of away fans for the SPFL games, and Rangers and Celtic seem to have ignored that for years. So I don't really understand why they couldn't have ignored it for this game and turned around and said, in the interests of what we think is common sense, right now we don't think it's appropriate to stick 7,500 fans in a football stadium from the opposition right now because we think it's going to lead to problems. Then you look beyond that and go, well, you could have ignored the rules if you wanted to, and that may be me being a little bit cheap on the observation, but notwithstanding it, it's still there. You then look at it and go, if you don't think this was surprising, you think it's disappointing. I bet if I ask Bill Leckie, put aside your disappointment and your unhappiness, are you inherently surprised? Well, probably not. So what was done to prevent it? What was done to ensure that prevention, whether prevention should have to be part and parcel of a bloody football match, is a different argument entirely. What we're dealing with now is another set of circumstances surrounding two football clubs that should be at the pinnacle of Scottish football for the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. And you can't strip them out of the cup, because you strip them out of the cup, all of a sudden the commercial revenues of the cup come into play.
Exactly.
We've seen this situation. So what did you do, honestly, when you look down and distill it down to prevent this?
fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Hello there, good morning. Welcome along to talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from the Cheltenham Festival with Coro. My name's Shaban, and for Alan Brazil. Sadly, he's not made it today, but he will be back with you tomorrow. Dean Saunders rocks up as ever, though, making everyone happy. Tottenham fans, you've been lighting up the phone lines already this morning. Let's hear what you've got to say. 03717 223344 is the number. A very good morning to Ryan, the Spurs fan. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Morning, Ryan.
Yeah, morning, guys. How are you?
Great, mate, great.
We're better than you at the minute.
Yeah,
you must be raging.
I really appreciate that, mate. Thanks very much.
No.
For me, right, so I manage people for a living. That's what I do for my job. What I can't understand is all right, Kingsley's had a bit of a mare the first 50 minutes or so, but he should have been playing in the first place. He's left the pitch. Tudor's ignored him. But then if you watch the rest of the match, when players have been stuck, he hasn't controlled any of them. Jed Spence went off in the 76th minute, and he's gone back to him to shake his hand after he sat back down. Like, the manager's just awful. Like, the ball got rid of him.
Yeah, do you know what? You look for signs. I didn't like it when Jed Spence and Van der Ven ignored Thomas Frank. Remember when he went to shake their hands walking off the pitch? Mm-hmm. And I thought, all's not well. Then Romero's coming out with comments. And I think there's chaos in that dressing room. Discipline. Yeah. Without discipline, you got nothing in football. You have to have discipline, otherwise everybody does what they want. Yeah. And I think it shows on the pitch.
Yeah, listen, Ryan, thank you so much for your call this morning. Let's hope it picks up for you as well. We'll keep you posted if we hear any news on Igor Tudor, the Spurs manager. By the way, last night, a late Lamine Yamal penalty denied Newcastle what would have been a famous Champions League win over Barcelona.
Newcastle 1, Barcelona 0, and it's Harvey Barnes. 5 minutes to go, a great cross from Jacob Murphy. Barnes all alone inside the 6-yard box. Side foots it home. The Geordies have gone wild and they deserve it. Penalty for Barcelona and it's in. It's Newcastle 1, Barcelona 1. It's Lamine Yamal with the penalty. Oh, heartbreak for Newcastle here at St James's Park.
You have to believe we're very much in the tie. I mean, the performance was very good. As I say, I thought we played well against them the first time and thought the defeat was harsh on us. I think the draw was harsh on us again.
Yeah, really unlucky last night. The 96th minute spot kick broke Geordie hearts with the last kick of the game. It finishes 1-1. And it's all still to play for in Spain next week. It's becoming a very frustrating theme for the Newcastle manager at home this season, isn't it? They've been punished in stoppage time again, conceding late against Liverpool and Arsenal in defeats, and also allowing Tottenham to snatch a late equaliser earlier in the campaign. Geordie boss Eddie Howe spoke after the game about his disappointment, but remained upbeat about their chances in Spain next week.
Yeah, I think we have to believe we're very much in the tie. I mean, the performance was very good. As I say, I thought we played well against them the first time and thought the defeat was harsh on us. I think the draw's harsh on us again, but it shows their quality. If you switch off for a second, they will punish you. And although I didn't think they really looked like scoring today, there's warning signs. They've got quality. They've got players that can hurt you in an instant, and that's why I think our defensive performance was so strong. So I'm really pleased with the players. Individually, I thought there was also some really strong performers today, which is great to see.
Eddie Howe after the game yesterday. Yeah, last kick of the game, Dean. It was unlucky for them because they played so well.
Yeah, well, obviously we can't watch all the games at once, but I've tried to watch the highlights of most of the game and the Spurs game last night. And it's a great goal. Great ball in from Murphy. They missed a few chances, Newcastle. They could have been in front. Murphy hits a great ball in. Harvey Barnes gets inside the right back, and from the right back's point of view, it's shocking defending. Ball watching. Harvey Barnes gets inside him, tap in, middle of the goal. Great goal. 95th minute, time's up, and they get a penalty. I can't remember what defender it was, stuck his leg out, and he's tripped the lad over. It's a definite pen, and Lamal slots it in the corner. And they deserved more, to be honest, and Barcelona will feel like they've got out of jail. But if I was Harvey Barnes and I'm playing in the new camp against Barcelona, I would target that right back. He obviously can't defend. Shocking.
Okay.
We used to have a go at Trent, didn't we? Letting people get inside him. Have a look at the goal again.
What do you think about Eddie Howe, though, this season, Dean? Because, I mean, he's such a brilliant manager, but it's not been happening, especially, struggling at home as well.
We talked about this yesterday. Again, it's a strange situation because they've got so much money, Newcastle, but can't spend it because of these spending rules. And now they've lost Isaac. Make no mistake, right? If you start selling your best players, you're actually, instead of constructing a team, you're actually destructing it. You're not building, you're dismantling it. So you have to add to it. Because Eddie will be there thinking, right, we need a right back. Right, we'll need a left back. And we'll just buy better and better players because we've got enough money. But they can't spend the money. And then you lose your best player, Isaac. And then the rest of the players start going, right, where are we going here? So they might lose Harvey Barnes. They might lose Tonali. A few players might be looking around thinking, I might get out of the place here. But I think Eddie Howe's doing a brilliant job. It's a great club. They're doing well. But I'm not surprised the league form slipped because they've lost a £130 million striker.
Of course. In terms of this competition then, do you think they can do a job in Spain next week? I mean, the performance was good.
Yeah, they can do both. Newcastle can play total football or they can hit it on top of you. If they think you've got weakness, Eddie Howe's managed in the lower leagues and he knows how to get a group of players to win games. So if you have to hit it on two centre-backs who can't head it, he'll go down that road.
Yeah,
he'll mix it up. He's a great manager, so he's doing a good job. It's just the rules are stopping him progressing.
We haven't touched on Liverpool as yet. Beaten by Galatasaray 1-0 last night.
Yeah, so it was quite a decent game to watch. Liverpool had loads of chances in the first. Wirtz could have got 2 in the first 5 minutes. Osman ends up getting a free header again. It keeps happening to Liverpool. They keep conceding goals from set plays. They've got Konate and Van Dijk. Konate had a bad night, by the way. He made a couple of mistakes. He got away with a couple and he ends up making a mistake for the goal. But Wirtz had some chances to bury it. The more I watch him, I'm really hoping that he comes good, Wirtz, but he's not lethal in front of goal. He had 2 chances last night he should have buried. But it's not a disaster. I said 0-0 is not a disaster. A 1-0 defeat is not a disaster. It can be overturned at Anfield. But they're not right, are they, Liverpool? Liverpool are not the Liverpool. Mo Salah's getting a bit of stick for his performance last night.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, but class is permanent. I don't think his legs have gone. That's the only question. Has the candle gone out inside you? Because once that candle goes out, you're finished.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget about his wee strop to the media not so long ago.
Yeah.
You know, he has shown that he wasn't happy at that point. I don't think that's gone away overnight. Look at the weekend then, Liverpool Spurs. Do you think Spurs, this current Spurs with Igor Tudor, can take confidence after Liverpool's performance last night going into the weekend?
No. It's
nope.
On what you say. I'm trying to think back in my career. We got beat. I think we got beat 5-0 in a game. And I went into the players and they were down. You know, you can see their heads on the floor. And it's not lying, but you have to motivate them for the next game. You know you got another game in 3 days. You've lost 5-0. I've gone in and I've said, and I didn't mean it, but I'm trying, bearing in mind, I'm trying to lift them.
What did you say?
That was never a 5-0. Lads, we made a couple of individual errors, which got them in front, and then they got the head of steam up, and they've ended up every chance they got went in. So it wasn't a 5-0. And by the way, who's to say we can't win 5-0 next week? And I didn't mean it, and we did. We beat Barnsley 5-0, honestly. And I've said afterwards to the lads, I said, lads, by the way, I didn't mean that what I said after the last game. But you try and lift them, and I think that's what the Spurs players. Don't talk about Liverpool. Just talk about your own performance, getting it ready for the weekend.
I mean, there was a couple of reports last night. The boys had said it on the sports, but I was listening back this morning about, you know, there is discussions happening at Spurs just now if Tudor will make it to the weekend after last night. You'd be not surprised at all if he doesn't make it. I'm actually surprised he's still in a job. That sounds crazy after 4 games. But even when he speaks to the media, it reminds me of Wilfred Nancy at Celtic. It's not going to happen. It's not working. Nobody can resonate with the chat, never mind with the football. It just doesn't seem to be in a good place at all.
Do you agree with this then, right? Because look at Isak. He's left Newcastle, right?
Right.
Their league position's changed. Harry Kane has scored 127 goals for Bayern Munich. Do you think they'd be in this mess if Harry Kane was still playing for him? Bearing in mind, Son's gone.
Probably not.
And Kulusevski's injured. So that front three.
It would be different. Of course it would be different.
Yeah,
but
he
then
puts goals.
Yeah.
You sell your best players, that's what happens.
He wants to go as well. I mean, he could see... Every manager who sat in that seat have said the same thing about Spurs.
Why did he want to go, though?
Every manager said it. He wants to go and win trophies.
So why don't... So this is the argument. He's looking at Daniel Levy and he's saying, are you going to put your hand in your pocket?
Yeah, but he's gone now. The only thing is that it's so recent to Daniel Levy leaving that a lot of this is what he's built. You know, they're in this mess. A lot of it is because of Daniel Levy. We'll come back to Spurs. 03717 223344 is the number. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. We are live from Cheltenham. If you have just joined us, Alan Brazil will not be here today. He's having a wee rest. It's a lot for him. Day 1. So day 2 he's going to have at home with his wife. But we can hear from the big man now ahead of tonight's Champions League football.
So it's going to be interesting. The Real Madrid game's a great game, isn't it? I don't know, it's Champions League. You know, teams can be very, very good leading up to the big games, but now we're knockout stages, different ball game. So I'm not sure, to be honest, but I think we'll come out on top over the European clubs. Not every game, but I think the English clubs will probably fight out the final.
Yeah, do you think an English club will win the Champions League?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I'm not sure what one, Arsenal or City.
Maybe Arsenal. Yeah. Also, I suppose, if Arsenal do go on to win the quadruple, where do you think Ray Parlour will be for that, and how would he celebrate?
He'll be on his back somewhere. I can't see them doing the quadruple.
No, maybe it's a bit too much.
I think it is just really, really, really tough. But look, they've got every chance of winning the big one, which for me is the Premier League. City keeps beginning to slip, but if City beat Arsenal up at City, then it's maybe game on again. But it's got to be advantage Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. The in for the quad?
I've had a bet, Siobhan.
You've got the quad to bet on, you?
You can dig my quote up if you like. I had a bet 100 to 1. I've had £1 on at 100 to 1. I don't think they can do
You're
it, right?
just a liar.
Honestly, I've said it. But I don't think they'll do it. But for 100 to 1, they're in with a shout. I thought for £1. But I tipped them to win the league at the start of the season as well, ahead of Liverpool, even after they signed all the players they signed, just because I thought Arteta's had 5 years to build this team, the squad. He signed Gyökeres, was the final piece in the jigsaw.
No, Rice was the final piece of the jigsaw. No. They all said that, and then it was a striker, and now the striker's not working. The excuses are already in place.
What? I think they don't need any excuses. They're flying. They're going to win the league, and don't be surprised if they win everything.
I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised, but I also won't be surprised if the excuses also start coming out. Anyway, Alan Brazil expected at Cheltenham Racecourse later on today, but he won't be with us on the show. So we'll hear from him a little bit later on, and he won't want to miss his absolute favourite boxer of all time, Moses Atoma, who takes on Jermaine Franklin March the 28th, the next step on his road to becoming a world champion. Also this weekend, Jazza Dickens defends his WBA World Super Featherweight title against Anthony Kakacha. And then on the 21st of March, it's George Liddard taking on Tyler Denny for the British and Commonwealth titles. You can watch all of these fights with our friends on DAZN.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Wrexham boss Phil Parkinson said he was proud of his team's performance.
Yeah, listen, we've got to be immensely pleased with the performance tonight. In so many aspects of the display were good. The way we pressed, the structure, because it's not just about pressing, it's when to press, it's the communication. But some of the football we played as well, I thought was really good. And I stressed in the press conference and to the lads yesterday, we weren't coming into this game just to stop Chelsea. We were coming into it to play ourselves. And we've gone toe-to-toe. We really have. I felt second half we were going to win the game. I could feel it. I really was very confident on the touchline. And moments have gone against us tonight. And it's our first taste of VAR here at the racecourse. And, it takes a bit of getting used to, because those decisions will be, certainly the send-off, I think, will be a big talking point.
Yeah, I think Phil's called it perfectly there. He's talked about the decisions and what had happened during the game, big moments. And, look, they 1-0 up, pegged back 1-1. Go 2-1 up, get pegged back 2-2. And I've got to say, the second goal, which is so often the lad Doyle who scored, it was a deflection from a shot. And them goals are quite clever goals, because if you just divert the ball as it's coming to you, that it beats any goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper's going one way. And if you get a slight deflection on it, it gets diverted into the bottom corner. And I thought they just absolutely matched Chelsea in every way, shape and form. And to be fair, they must, be proud of what they've done this year in the Championship and in the Cup.
listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car this week only. We're live from Cheltenham. Shabana Hearn in for Big Alan Brazil. Dean Saunders is here. What do we know this Wednesday morning? Is Igor Tudor's run as Spurs boss almost up after just 4 games? Really, last night's 5-2 thrashing by Atletico Madrid was not only dampened their hopes of quarter-final qualification, but it's called Tudor's future into serious question. Would you sack him, yes or no? Yes,
well,
or no? Yes or no?
I can't give you a yes or no, because to give a manager, they're calling for his head after 3 games. What I think we found out is, he's managed other clubs 12. What we found out is, the players are not at the races. No matter who the manager is, they're not at the races. They should have a look in the mirror, all of them.
OK, Steve Borthwick believes the expectation, scrutiny and pressure of playing for England has got to the players during their 3-match losing run. They take on France and Paris this Saturday with only pride to play for in this year's Six Nations. And ahead of yet another trip to the Santiago Bernabeu tonight, Guardiola has been asked about his team's identity. He said that in order to deserve their place in the next round, they need to be themselves and impose their own style on Real Madrid.
In this competition, sometimes you deserve go through, it don't happen, and sometimes you play really, really bad and you go through. Because football is unpredictable many times. But you have to try to, you're the tickets, to deserve. I want to deserve to be in next round. And the only thing I had the feeling to deserve to be in next round is being who you are. So it's the only chance.
Guardiola there. It's funny, Dean, I mean, the amount of times we're talking about Arsenal being on a quadruple hunt. Man City are in the same position, but they don't seem the same Man City from when they won the treble.
No, and if you go through the lineup, right, you used to go through Man City's team, and you see these clips on social media saying world class or not, and they name players who are they world class or not. When you go through Man City's team, you used to be able to say De Bruyne, yes. Haaland, yes. You go right through the team. When you go through Arsenal's team, you can. They haven't got one average player in the squad. The bench is loaded up. I don't think Man City's players, if you go through the squad now, you wouldn't say yes to world class to many of them. World class. I don't think the players.
Who are you seeing as world class?
Well, Haaland's world class, isn't he?
Is Rodri? He's not the same,
Rodri's
obviously, from the injury, but still world class.
Yeah, he's world class player. He's proven that he can play in big games. He's proven that he's got a bad injury. But when you go through the rest of the team, how many would you say world class? Good players.
Brilliant players.
They're good players, but not world class.
Oh, yeah, but some of them are exceptional. When you look at his squad, he's got a B team that are
I wouldn't like to play against Doku. By
Yeah.
the way, he's a career wrecker. Doku, he was as a fullback.
Marmoush was excellent the other day.
Mamouche,
Reinders is excellent. The way he dances.
Is he world class, Mamouche? Is Doku? I would say Doku. For me, his end product is questioned, but I wouldn't like to play against him. He'd destroy you. But so Mahrez was world class, wasn't he? De Bruyne was world class. Gundogan world class. Bernardo Silva's world class. Kyle Walker was world class when he was playing for Man City. John Stones, 2 centre halves, goalkeeper, probably.
Yep.
But there's not as many as there used to be in that squad, and that's why I think it's not the manager, is it? He's proven as well.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find replacements for the players I've just mentioned. They were unbelievable players. De Bruyne, best player in the league for 10 years.
Yeah. Real Madrid, Manchester City tonight, 8 o'clock. All of the updates here on talkSPORT. Just coming out the break, you heard that little Benidorm theme tune there. Did you ever watch Benidorm?
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes. It's funny. They had the slimy barman, didn't they? Remember the slimy barman that was chasing everybody that arrived at the hotel, working his way in?
That reminds you of yourself.
That's harsh, man. And Madge, honestly, in that tent yesterday, there was a mobility scooter, and I thought it was Alan Brazil's. I thought they'd got him one. I asked him,
He
look,
needs
I said,
one.
whose is that?
He blooming needs one, bless him. Right, a story coming out of this year's festival comes from the sunny Spanish holiday destination where hotel bookings have now soared by 225% for the week. British racing fans have started flooding into what they call Costa del Cheltenham in Benidorm for the ever-growing racing-themed week of booze and betting in the sun. We can now speak very quickly to the owner of the horse racing newsletter, Equintes. Is that right? Equintes out in Costa del Cheltenham. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. Morning, Shaban. Morning, Dean. How are we doing?
Yeah, we're great. How are you? Thanks for coming on. What's it like out there?
It's absolutely hammering it down. I positioned myself on the balcony just so you could see it. It is torrential rain.
Oh, mate,
no.
That's unlucky. It's actually not bad here this morning. It's dry. The clouds are lifting. The sun's coming up. So
No,
we'll take
the
this
going
over
is,
Benidorm any day.
The going's very wet over here.
Is it warm?
No, not
I know
one
it's
bit.
raining, but is it warm?
Oh,
No.
not really? Oh.
No,
All right, fly back home then. Having a
everything I
shock.
was promised. Everything I was promised for Benidorm has just not materialised.
What's the vibe out there then on Cheltenham Week?
Look, it's crazy out here. It is whatever anyone thinks of Benidorm, it's true. Everything. And you know, I think I'll describe it as a zoo. And you've just got to make a decision what side of the glass you're on. And luckily, I'm out here documenting it. And some of the stuff we've seen, but to be fair, it's just everyone's just having a bloody good time. And when the beers are €2 and they're flowing non-stop, it's it's quite.
€2.
Yeah, I mean that'd be an expensive one.
What kind of scenes have you witnessed? I mean, it got quite lady here yesterday, actually, in one of the tents. All kicked off. Does it kick off in Benidorm?
No, it doesn't kick off. I saw two naked dudes on one of the spinning rodeo things.
Nice. Send pictures.
Yeah, well, I've got a video actually, so I tried to film it, and then when I went to watch it back, I actually realised in the foreground there was.
No.
And you know what? I didn't even see it when I was filming.
It's not even 7 o'clock, JT.
Sorry.
We need to go visit.
Press that button.
Oh, JT, we've never had a dump from a guest at 7 o'clock in the morning, but there you go. That is magic. JT, thank you so much. We need to come out and visit you next time, that's for sure. JT, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
If it was, I would imagine that's not gone out on the air, but
that was good.
You can imagine what he said, but we can't say it. But I was going to ask him, is it fancy dress? You know, in Benidorm, do they go dressed up?
Well, it sounds like they're not dressed at all.
Some of them got nothing on. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Right, still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Oh, producer Sim's soul's just left his body. Tudor might want everyone on the boat, but could he be out of it after 4 games? 03717223344 is the number. Spurs fans, what do you think this morning? Come and have a chat with Dean Saunders. Is this the worst state your club has ever been in? Surely Harry Redknapp is the answer, or could an Ange reunion be on the cards? We're going to be joined by Arsenal Invincible Ray Parlour a little bit later on. He got a bit overexcited on day one, ended up sleeping on the talkSPORT battle bus, and we've lost Alan Brazil. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Has the hiring of Edu destabilised the best season in a generation at Nottingham Forest? And how much responsibility does Evangelos Marinakis have to take for it? We understand that he's been told to stay away from the City ground pending a termination of his contract at the end of the season. I know that Forest fans will be reluctant to criticise Marinakis, but is this a mess of his own making? Because he had a manager who was very successful, almost took them to the Champions League. He started to interfere, and all of a sudden they ended up dropping down eventually into the Europa League, but then they lost to Nuno Espirito Santo very quickly. So is this got to be on Marinakis' shoulders?
Of course it is. And do you blame Nuno Santo when you've got a sporting director coming in and probably not giving you a say on any players that you're bringing in? What do you expect as a manager? And if you speak to the older generation of managers, they'll say, what? Someone's telling me what players are coming in, and I'm going to get judged.
That is the way of the world now, though.
I know, but then is that fair as a manager? Like we said in previous shows, sporting directors should be coming on and doing press. You're the one bringing in the players. The manager's doing the best they can with these players. They might have wanted 10 other players that you have said no to. Some of the players that they brought in Nottingham Forest, Douglas Luiz on loan didn't work. Zinchenko on loan didn't work. Amari Hutchinson, 37.5 million. Only one Premier League goal in 22 appearances. McAtee, 30 million. Hasn't worked. Ndoye hasn't worked. Bakwa hasn't worked.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road, not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park, and don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
All the dudes that day. Hey! Good morning to you. Welcome along to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shaban for Alan. Dean Saunders is here. We're live from the Cheltenham Festival with Coral just behind me. The sun is starting to come up. And the horses, oh look, here they come. Here they come out for their morning walk.
The horses are all walking now down to the middle of the track. What a sight. Don't they look magnificent, the horses, don't they?
They're beautiful
magnificent animals.
Actually, they all look absolutely stunning this morning. Look at them all in formation, wandering them way out for a wee stroll.
They look a bit happier today than yesterday, by the way, because there's been an announcement from the rabbit population that Ed's not run any over today.
DJ
on the way in.
He's not the best at drivers, but we need to stop slagging off his driving, otherwise he won't pick us up tonight at 6 o'clock and take us home for a curry. So we will behave ourselves. Alan Brazil, by the way, if you have just joined us, is going to have the morning off. He deserves it. He had a busy day yesterday, day one at Cheltenham. It's a lot going on, and he will be rested and back with you here tomorrow on talkSPORT.
Shaban, what about that call we've just had? I've never experienced anything like that in my life.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
7 o'clock in the morning, we got JT on the phone from Benidorm, asking him what's going on out there. And he starts off by saying it's raining. Look at the window, it's pouring down. I'm thinking, is this some bloke in his bedroom making this up? And then you said to him, what? I can't, how can I explain it to you?
I don't know.
He started off, the worst image for me, 2 naked men on the rodeo. And he's filming it.
It's like Saltburn. It's like you're.
I was thinking to myself, is this bloke, is he made up, this bloke? And then he went, which was the crushing blow. I can't describe what he said next, but we had to cut him off before he said anything.
But you're going to go continue to tell us anyway.
It was, I done a review of Saltburn, and it was like a scene out of Saltburn. But it wasn't a pretty sight.
Oh.
I mean, I can't even say it.
It was funny. It was very good, but it wasn't for breakfast radio. But we'll find a way of getting JT back on talkSPORT with more stories from Benidorm's Cheltenham version some other time. Coming up for you, by the way, this morning, we're going to touch base with our resident posh sports correspondent and commentator for this week's racing to see if he can get his predictions right. Rupert Botox Bell is coming up shortly alongside his fun, more successful Ollie Bell, Botox Bell. Listen, the more you talk about in the radio, the more free Botox. Look, my forehead doesn't move.
No.
Doesn't move.
No. You look 10 years younger than you used to.
Thank you, Botox.
And I think Rupert does as well.
Yeah, I can't wait to see his Botox. And then the final hour, Arsenal Invincible. Ray, the Prince of Cheltenham Parlour, will be with us. Did he really end up sleeping on the talkSPORT battle bus last night? All that to come. But there's only one place where we can start this morning, because the Spurs ship under Igor Tudor is taking on serious water.
The boat is going in the direction that I want to go, and who is in the boat can stay. Otherwise, can leave the boat.
You're going down.
That's not positive. What are you talking about?
It's rotten to the core.
Would it be funny if Spurs go down?
Yeah, for the neutral, it'd be funny.
Oh, he's done it again. Kinski's going to be wanted for 3. And he lies face down in the turn.
It's a simple question. Are you going down?
Yes. Without wanting to be too much of a doomsday merchant, they've got existential mortal jeopardy now.
Iceberg, right ahead. 4 down in the first quarter of the night here. What are the ramifications for him of a 4th straight defeat?
Anyone who thinks that Spurs might not go down has not been watching them, or is literally just looking at the name of Tottenham Hotspur.
You're going down. No, seriously, last time. You're going down.
Shut up! Don't ask me again.
To dare is to poo.
Oh, scenes. Tottenham are 4-0 down inside 22 minutes. Anton and Kinski pulled off just after 16 minutes for Vicario, who had been dropped before kick-off. It summed up a chaotic evening for Spurs, and there was no let-up with Jamie O'Hara on the sports bar last night, who slammed Tudor's post-match comments on the show.
Has he just come out and said that we were in the game for the first 2-3 minutes?
No, Jay,
has he just come out and said that?
Right, factually, he's correct.
What on earth is he on about?
He said slips happen. Slips happen,
What
Jay.
on earth is he on
Jay,
about? We're in the game for the first 2-3 minutes.
Are you saying you've never slipped on a football field?
Who is this guy?
Jay, have you ever slipped? Have you ever slipped on a football field?
Oh, my word.
Jay.
I cannot believe
No, see, he won't answer the question.
Content that this guy's coming out with. We was in the game for the first 2-3 minutes.
Well, I'm looking at the game. Hold on.
2-3 minutes, I feel that we are in the game.
Yeah. You know, they scored after 6, so he's right.
Oh my God!
Oh, see, his post matches don't help himself.
Well, no, he's just picking holes in whatever he says. What can he say to that apart from, explain what the keeper's done? But Jamie there, right? I never seen Jamie slipping when he was running forward, but he used to slip when he used to run back. When he had to run back towards his own goal, he'd slip then and go, "Oh, sorry, Gaff. Sorry, Gaff, I just slipped."
Let's speak to the host of the Last Word podcast. Ricky Sachs is with us now. Ricky, good morning.
Morning, Ricky.
What an absolute shambles, eh?
Oh, good morning, guys. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Shambolic, disgraceful, abysmal, intolerable, unacceptable. Just another day in the world of Tottenham. Unbelievable.
Ricky, analysing it and thinking about it overnight, and I'm thinking, would I have done that if I was stood in that area? Would it, it's harsh bringing him off after or am I doing him a favour by bringing him off? All these thoughts go through your head. But then I come to the conclusion, well, what is Romero and Van der Ven saying to him after his first mistake? And why is the manager told him to play out from the back? And they should have just said, took the pressure off the kid and said, right, if it comes back to you, just put your foot through it. We're away from home. And look what's happened. And he ends up getting dragged off. I mean, I would have, on the way off, I would have probably consoled him. And that's what I'm pointing the finger at Tudor for, that he never actually, he blanked him, didn't he, on the way off?
There's just a real lack of accountability, guys, and leadership and guidance from the top of the football club right down to the playing squad. That's what you're seeing pan out with Tottenham in this last however many years, however long. And Tudor's a long line of just managers that unfortunately are part of a problem, but there's a wider problem at Tottenham. And, with this new board, if they want to be known as the Lewis family or INIC 2.0, quite frankly, everything they've taken recently in this last, 6-7 months that have come into, you want to say, control of it since Levy's departure. They've just made an absolute mess of everything, footballing-wise, and even off the pitch. You look at us where we are right now. That was our 19th defeat of the season in all competitions. That's for the first time in our entire history. We've lost 6 consecutive league matches. Inigo Tudor's the first Spurs manager to lose each of his first 4 games in charge. 14 goals conceded.
Would you keep him, Ricky? Is there any positives from last night, or has he got to go?
No, I mean, how can you keep a guy that has had this start to his reign at Spurs? He was meant to come in and have an immediate uplift. He was a firefighter. He completely tore the players down after the Fulham game. And look, it's not all his fault. I think the players have to take a huge amount of responsibility, as do the ownership for where we are. But where we are is a number of bad decisions over the course of so many years at Tottenham, which is where we find ourselves where we are. And I've said it so consistently. ENIC, the Ball, they deserve relegation for what and how they've run and treated Tottenham, but the fans don't. It's unacceptable where Tottenham are right now, and there needs to be an immediate change in there. I'm not sure who they can go for.
Ricky.
I'll be honest, Harry Redknapp or Tim Sherwood, Jermaine Defoe, Glenn Hoddle. Someone of the Tottenham ilk needs to go into that changing room and get them to understand
Ricky, sorry to interrupt you, but we could spend all day talking about how have Spurs got to this point. But when you look back quickly, right, they've had Conte, Mourinho, Postecoglou. They've had different managers going down the line, and they're probably the 6th highest spender. I could list 12 players that you've sold. Kyle Walker, Gareth Bale, Modric, Harry Kane. If you keep selling your best players, then what's going to happen eventually?
Well, this is the result of that, Dino. What you're seeing now playing out is the result of the mismanagement of the playing squad, in general, the decisions that Tottenham have taken. And this is where we are right now. And when you list the players that we've sold there, all the roads point towards a club that is going to end up being relegated. And unfortunately,
it looks that way. Sadly, it does look that way.
We need to change.
Right, Ricky, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Ricky.
Last Word on Spurs podcast, Ricky Sachs there, yeah. I mean, going out of the Champions League possibly looks very possible now that relegation will happen.
There's a way of going out. That is unacceptable. Getting smashed like that and having to take your goalkeeper off. Shocking.
It's embarrassing. It just seems to get worse. And if you can't watch it, then talkSPORT will, of course, have you covered with 3 Champions League commentaries tonight. We're coming to you live from Madrid as Manchester City take on Real Madrid. That's the Champions League action live right here on talkSPORT. Kick-off at 8. All the build-up from 7 here on talkSPORT. And not 1, but 2 bells on the way with all the racing action you need to know from Cheltenham.
So what?
From Cheltenham to Dave Rupert and Ollie Bale for all of your top racing tips for day 2 on the way next.
There he is now, Rupert. Rupert's arrived. Well done.
Igor Tudor, the same Igor Tudor, concentrated in taking whatever positives he could find out of that result.
They're disappointed, they wanted more. We are aware of that. We also want to give more. Unfortunately, this is the moment that we pay everything. Maybe it will sound strange, but I believe more after this game than I believe before. I saw something. I need to choose the right guys, because the boat, I said now, is going in direction that I want to go, that need to go, and who is in the boat can stay. Otherwise, can bow down. How you say that? Leave the boat. So when the other players will come back and choosing the rights, I'm sure that we will have a good teams and the victory will come back.
That was Igor Tudor grasping onto the positives as he saw them after the home defeat to Palace. But Simon, I think, if I remember rightly, you said if they lose to Fulham, they lose to Palace in mortal danger.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've got. I mean, the only thing that will keep Spurs up at this moment in time is the other teams beneath them don't close the gap, because right now the only thing that's holding them up is the other teams' previous performance. I mean, there's not a lot we can take from the Palace game. He went hard after the players. So and it didn't get much of a reaction, did it? So that to me was him looking at things saying, okay, well, I said what I said. It didn't get me very much. So I'm going to have to perhaps change tack and say I saw something in the second half, which is we lifted a leg.
Believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. Turns out he is destructible. Alan Brazil has not made it to day 2 of Cheltenham, but he is resting up. He'll be back with you tomorrow. Dean Saunders is here. He says he's going to have a rest off today, come back in later on for the race, and then he'll be back with you Thursday, Friday for 2 massive shows. But we wanted to bring you your daily dose of Alan Brazil, as it is Cheltenham after all.
What makes this place so special?
I think it's the punters, it's the competition, the Irish coming over. It's very, very friendly. It's everything. It's the Guinness, the sing-songs. You see old friends from 20 years ago. It's just magical, it is.
How many pints is too many pints?
Depends what sort of mood you're in. Maybe 12 pints before the first race, then a bit of corporate hospitality, finished off with some wine before dinner. It just goes, doesn't it? You meet so many people. You're about to go, another one arrives, another one arrives, another one arrives. I've got a great picture on my phone. There's about 30 pints of Guinness in front of me, and the late great Eddie Jordan from Formula One, and he just looked at me, and we got through them all. Not just me and him, a few others.
What about Ray Party Parlour? Where's he going to be? Where can people find him, your drinking partner?
First night was in Broadway. He'll be about, you'll hear him. We do a bit of corporate in the afternoons as well. Ray loves it. You just can't keep him away. Dino's here. We've got the A-team. Don't worry about that.
Oh, brilliant. Alan Brazil with Katie Shanahan. He will be back with you tomorrow on talkSPORT Breakfast.
I don't know about Ray. I don't be surprised if you never see Ray ever again. Honestly.
Rupert,
if he turns up today, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, well, I hope he turns up, because he always can sneak us into the right places. Rupert and Ollie Bell are with us now. Good morning, lads. How are you?
Morning, lads. Yeah, fighting fit, ready for day 2. I'm slightly losing my voice actually already, which is quite worrying.
Join the club.
Yeah.
You had a good day yesterday. Tell everyone who you were hanging around with.
I wasn't hanging around with it, no, but I tried to find Luke Littler. You were basically hanging around.
I was with GK Barry and Cal Freezy on ITV.
Who's she?
You can't say that out loud.
Why not?
Rupert, she's brilliant. She's hilarious. We should get your dad on our podcast.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be worlds colliding.
I'd love
Why?
that.
Well, you're very different people.
Would you want to hear your dad on a podcast with GK Barry, or would that make you?
I would squirm my way through it, but I think it would be quite entertaining for everyone else.
What'd she do then?
She was Queen of the Jungle, wasn't she?
Well,
was she?
She was in the jungle, but she's got a very famous podcast called Saving Grace, and she talks about everything and anything, and it would make you blush.
And I will say she was absolutely lovely. Cal Freezy's, I've met him a few times.
Who's he?
He's again a big social media influencer and got a huge following on YouTube and stuff. Part of, he manages at the Sidemen's football match, etc. But they're new to racing, but they really were getting stuck in, and that's what Cheltenham. Not to be all serious for a second, but that's what Cheltenham provides, isn't it? You can come in not having a clue about anyone running and get involved in the atmosphere and the party and the celebration of racing that this week is, and they were getting stuck in, which was brilliant to see. We want to see new fans come into the sport, so fair play to them.
Because you've got your finger on the social media pulse, haven't you?
I do, yeah.
Keeps you young, Rupert.
Yeah.
Keeps you in the know.
I should learn something from you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're always learning.
Because he does the social stable.
Social stable, yeah. Every day's a school day, Dad.
Yeah, is it?
Hey, Rupert, you've got to move with the times.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to get left behind.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
Hey, you've started with the Botox.
Yeah, don't you start. You've got to move on.
Shaban is the Botox queen.
Yeah.
I heard about
Look at this forehead.
You and I together.
Right, hold on.
I came to the race yesterday, and the amount of people that went, "Your dad has Botox."
Nothing wrong with it, Rupert. There's nothing wrong with it, and you look magnificent.
And you look magnificent too, Shaban.
Thank
There you go.
Actually, Rupert, there's not a lot between you. You know when you look at now age-wise?
He's got more lines age, whatever age he is.
He looks exactly like you.
Don't you dare. I'll be going to get Botox tomorrow if that's the case.
What's it like being with your dad at Cheltenham, though? Because he's a kind of a big deal, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, growing up with Dad and going racing I was so lucky. I loved horse racing. So to be able to go to the sport that I loved and be able to sort of learn from Dad and watch him and kind of absorb it without really knowing I was absorbing it was such a privilege. And then to work at these events, my granddad owned horses, Dad's dad, obviously. That's how it works.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, just to clear that up. So it's been in our family.
Expensive education doing a world of good.
All the time. And then to come to like the main event and how, to be honest, I don't really see much of Dad. Like he's off commentating, I'm off doing my thing at work. But to know that he's sort of doing his thing and I'm doing mine, I feel very lucky to be here.
I'm welling up.
And Dad alongside, as he has been, since I was little.
Lovely.
How do you think it went yesterday then, first day?
For me, personally, not particularly well. Couldn't find anything in the winner's enclosure. Sober Glory was going so well until I'm making a hash of the last. I got quite excited calling that one home, and then clobbered the last, and from there on it was downhill all the way.
What was that? The highlight was probably Lossiemouth's performance, wasn't it?
She was magic. Yeah, she was so good. Yeah, that's she's won 4 festival races and now a champion. So that's her crowning moment yesterday.
And in terms then of today, Harry Redknapp's horse goes at 120. What are we thinking?
Taurus Bay, yeah, I think he's got a good chance actually. And if you look at yesterday's novice race, which is for like relatively inexperienced horses, the Brits were the first 3 in the novice. The Supreme.
First 4.
First 4 in the Supreme.
First time
so
since
perhaps
1971.
The British novices. You've done your research, haven't you? Check you out. So perhaps the British novices are better than the Irish novices this year. We'll learn more, obviously, as the week goes on. But if that's the case, then Taurus Bay is, what, 20-1 or something?
Yeah.
Could give Harry the perfect start to what is, as we know, a massive week. And I saw Jason saying that he'd be more interested in winning the Gold Cup than the Tottenham job on tour.
He might get a call before 12 o'clock today. That's the way things are going.
I actually think someone...
You might get a call back.
What, from
management?
I'm not taking the Spurs job.
Why not?
What would name your price? Name your price, Dino. You'll do it.
Come on,
Players throw you under the bus. They've thrown Conte under the bus. They've thrown Mourinho under the bus.
You're used to
they've
that.
They've thrown them all under the bus. Somehow you've got to look and think: is it the managers or is it the players? That performance last night, shocking. And do you know what? Without going back onto it, the 2 centre backs for me. Forget the goalkeeper. What are they doing out there trying to help him?
Name a price. If they did ring you, how much would you take the job for, given what you've just said? Come on.
How much?
Yeah, come on.
Actually, that's my first question. How much are you going to give me? Well, wages-wise?
Yeah. Come on.
Well,
we're offering this.
So I'd do it for nothing.
You wouldn't.
I would, and if I got him out of trouble, I'd make my money after by either getting the job.
There you go. Call Dean Saunders.
So I think Harry'd do it for nothing. See, Martin O'Neill's...
Harry said he would do it for nothing.
Martin O'Neill's gone into Celtic and just simplified things for everyone. Proved. These men are really experienced. Harry's 70, what is he, 75?
8, isn't he? He's older than that, isn't he? 78.
They don't lose their wise... Remember you used to say a wise old man once said. Now they call dinosaurs. People like Harry. But they're clever men. And they'll know how to simplify things.
Just quickly, guys, today at 4 o'clock, Sir Alex Ferguson, his horse is going today. How do we see that getting on?
Load of Sud, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I fancy Load of Sud in the big race, the Champion Chase. Taking Madgeburg is the sort of talking horse in that. JP McManus, who was obviously birthday, he's never won the Champion Chase. He's won pretty much every other race as an owner. Madgeburg is a very talented horse, but he can throw in a bit of a howler at his fences. So he was brilliant last time out, but I think at a short price I'd want to take him on because it can be, you know, it can be a bit of a shocker watching him jump. So for me, Load of Sud's the most likely winner outside of Madgeburg. So I think Sir Alex might be celebrating this.
I'm going for Irish Panther, the novice.
Irish Panther.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You've got to come good today, Rupert. Come on.
You're back with us. You're back with us a little bit later on in the show as well. Rupert, Ollie, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck to you today.
Have a good day, son.
Good to have
Cheers.
you with
Thanks,
us.
Dad.
Coming up for you next on talkSPORT Breakfast, Dom King is here to discuss Liverpool's defeat in Istanbul last night.
It was pathetic yesterday. Absolutely pathetic, lads.
Yeah, very true, mate.
Shocking. So, all right, so where are you off now? You off to the airport?
I'm at West Ham tonight, and then I've got a good couple of days, mate. I'm Atletico Madrid, Spurs, and then Real Madrid, Manchester City, both in Madrid. So I'm having a wee chat. I'm maybe get back on Friday, but I don't know, mate. But you'll be carrying a can, no problem at all. With those.
Well, Andy's coming Friday as well, so we're going to have a great week. It's very foggy at the moment, but that doesn't matter. That'll lift by the time the tapes go up on Tuesday in the Supreme. Can't wait, really can't wait. It's going to be such an open, good racing as well, and loads of fans. I've had so many calls and texts. Can you get me a ticket? I'm coming down. Crikey.
Yeah.
So many people coming. It's going to be magic.
He's got tickets. You are.
I know.
It's going to be amazing, lads. I was listening to the show this morning. The show's been brilliant. John, it's a great spot you've got there, obviously. I heard Simon on. I mean, the build-up's just going to be fantastic. I can guarantee you'll be watching it. Mark will be there. We'll have the phone and the iPads out and we'll be watching it, mate. So, best of luck to you all, you
Ali,
boys.
what about... Ali, those games in Madrid, what are you thinking?
Oh, crikey. I mean, you'd be a brave man that would say Atletico Madrid won't beat Spurs, do you know what I mean? To be honest with you. Yeah. And then the other one, Andy, Ray, I think Real Madrid have got problems, you know, I really do. Well-documented problems. I could see actually City winning the game. I think City will go through in the tie. I could actually see them winning the game in Madrid, to tell you the truth.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931, when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy, and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
Good morning to you. How's it going? Welcome along to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn in for Alan Brazil. Sadly, he's not made it in this morning. He's having a rest. We're live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. Listen up, F1 fans. You'll like a bit of this. We're sending 2 of you to the British Grand Prix on Sunday the 5th of July. A full racing green trackside experience. This is one way to do the summer properly. Forget the general admission. Exclusive grandstand seats plus inner track access. You can see the drivers coming into the paddock. It's wonderful stuff. We've got the day sorted with foods and a fully open bar, much more to treat you along the way. It's the ultimate British Grand Prix, completely on us. Here's how you can enter for your chance to win. Text the word WIN, to 83338. Text of £2.50 plus your one standard network rate, or you can call 0343 418 7260. That's 0343 418 7260. The lines close on the 20th of March, 4 in the afternoon. You will have to answer your phone if it rings that day. 18 plus, UK residents only. It's a network promotion with the full terms and conditions on our website, talksport.com. So text the word win to 83338 now. Good luck to you.
Well, win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
And it's true.
I bet your school weren't as rough as my school. I went to Penland School in Swansea. Oh, it was that rough. You know the football pitches? There was a pack of wild horses on there. Honestly.
Right, speaking of wild horses, we're live at Cheltenham today. Brazil, if you have just joined us, not too good this morning, so he's going to have a rest. He's absolutely fine. He's back with you tomorrow and Friday for the full Cheltenham experience. I can only apologise.
What, that you're here?
That I'm here.
Well,
I can only apologise.
It's a tough job to fill in for Alan Brazil, isn't it?
Oh, Mr. Cheltenham, and then I rock up.
Yeah.
Don't know Mars from my elbow. Anyway, it wasn't a milestone to remember for Arne Slot's 100th game in charge of Liverpool last night, beaten in Istanbul 1-0 by Galatasaray. The second time that's happened this season. Mario Lemina's 7th minute strike was enough to get past the Reds and leave Slot's side with it all to do in the second leg at Anfield. Former Premier League striker Charlie Austin was on H&J yesterday and spoke about the monumental decline of the team this year.
He's got a brilliant record, he really has. I think he's under pressure from a lot of people, Liverpool fans, people in that like football that are watching it, because of how well we done last year and Liverpool done to win the league the way they did, and then the financial boost the squad was given in the summer, and it's the drop-off. It's not just a slight drop-off, it's a straight downhill off the cliff kind of thing. And when you're watching Liverpool at the moment, where I can say for the last, 10 years that Klopp was in charge, it was heavy metal, it was 100 mile an hour. They've adapted to it, but to win the league and adapt to it is brilliant. But then to have that such a drop-off, Liverpool seems so far away from the likes of Arsenal and Man City this season. I think that's the worrying side of it.
Liverpool reporter Dom King is with us this morning. Dom, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Dom.
Good morning. How's things?
Very well, thank you, yeah. I've made an effort this morning. Dino was giving me a lot of stick yesterday for what I had on, so I wore a tie today.
Yeah, but it's still blue.
What's the matter?
You're a Liverpool fan.
Doesn't matter.
You're dressed like an Everton fan.
No, I write about Merseyside football as well as horse racing, and I'm in.
Fair enough.
Thank you. I tried to make it presentable.
You look very smart.
Thank you very much.
He does look smart.
He's judging everyone's appearance this morning. Don't
no, just like it's like a fashion show in here.
No, the lights were off in his room and the curtains were closed when he got dressed this morning.
Dom, not a good result for Liverpool.
No, it wasn't. I was concerned about the potential for this tie for them, particularly going away from home. And the reason was, I know people had told, I hadn't seen the full game when Galatasaray played Juventus, but I thought when they were 3-0 down and managed to get the 2 goals in Turin to get themselves through, I thought anybody who's thinking this is going to be straightforward for Liverpool in Istanbul are reading this totally wrong. That's an awful place to go in terms of the hostility, in terms of the atmosphere that's created. Liverpool have never had a very good record in Turkey anyway, apart from, well, they've won 2 trophies there, but in other games they haven't done particularly well. And there's just that sort of feeling about Liverpool at the minute that they can be got at, or they're just not going to show up in games. And that's what happened last night.
Well, I played for Galatasaray, so they can beat anybody on the night. Rabbits in the headlights. You know, you get shocked by the atmosphere.
Yeah.
There's red and yellow smoke everywhere. You can't. They're whistling.
The whistling.
You can't hear yourself speak.
Yeah, it's one of those stadiums that when you come out, you can still hear it in your ears about 2 hours afterwards.
Yeah. I was just thinking. If you look at the overall picture, though, Dom, they've lost. What team wins the league and loses 8 players? Kelleher's gone. Quansah's gone. Trent's gone. Robbo's not playing. Harvey Elliott's gone. Jota, Nunez, Diaz.
No.
All those players were great players. Well, they'd all get a game.
This is a fair argument to make, and it's something that Arne Slot has pointed out. There has been a complete restructure of what's gone on. Embedding 6 or 7 new players isn't easy. Yeah. The injuries that some of the new players have got haven't helped the integration that's been going on. However, the expectation with Liverpool is off the scale, and rightly so, because of winning the league last year and the style in which they did it. And we know we don't live in a world with patience anymore, and the results that they've had haven't been good enough this year. There's no getting away from it.
Well, I'll give you a simple one. That back four is not as good as last year.
No, it isn't. No.
Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Andy Robertson. That is a better back four than Kirkes, Frimpong, and the two centre-backs.
And I'll also put in as well the goalkeeper. I'm Alisson Becker's biggest fan. I think he's unbelievable. I think I've been on this show. I've said he's the best goalkeeper the Premier League's ever seen, and I'll argue this with anyone. But he's had a drop-off this year. There's no getting away from it. He's been making mistakes that he wouldn't normally have done. And I've always been of the opinion that when there's been a lot of talk about what happens when Salah and Van Dijk go.
Yeah.
But Alisson's just been just as big a foundation block, and the drop-off when he goes will be colossal.
But last year, Dom, Kelleher stepped in.
Yeah.
He was great.
And
he was great
done
when he got his
really well.
opportunity, yeah.
He let him go because he wanted to play football. So, fair enough.
Quick look at this weekend then. I mean, Spurs are in the muck. Not good from Liverpool last night. How do you see this one going? And do you think Igor Tudor will be the manager come the weekend?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
You're taking confidence though from Spurs last night.
Oh, I
You've
think
got them this weekend.
Yeah, look, I think Liverpool have got to win that game.
Yeah.
If they want to qualify for the Champions League, they've got to win.
Okay. Any racing winners yesterday? Well, sure.
I thought Old Park Star was brilliant. I thought Lossy Mouth was magic.
Yeah.
Paul Townend said to me afterwards that it was like being on a motorbike against people on cycles. Today, I like Active Innocence in the first race. It's the one horse in the festival that I fancied more than anything.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, well, good luck. We'll write that one down.
I backed Johnny Who.
Did you?
John Joe Neal's horse, yeah. Well done, John Joe. Genius.
Excellent.
Yeah, 18 to 1.
Tipped up by Ed Chamberlain in our paper yesterday.
Was it?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
He went home with Securicure last night, apparently.
Oh, I'm going to back your horse you've just tipped anyway.
Okay. Back it each way.
Each
way.
Hang on.
It's a nice price, 10 to 1.
All right.
Each way.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dom, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Dom.
Enjoy your day.
Always a
We'll
pleasure.
see you again
Thank you.
later on. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast live from Cheltenham. It's actually a lovely morning. The sun's coming out now. Some of the horses are making their way round for a little bit of a warm up, and things are looking good. You know, for a dry day, if you're heading to Cheltenham, just bring that brolly. You never know what's
That's a
ahead.
big statement, Shaban.
Listen,
You've
the
said it
weather
now.
app's telling me it's dry, but it's always wrong.
There'll
so
be some
definitely
ladies
bring it.
leaving the umbrella in the car
Oh,
now.
no, I said bring the brolly. I did say that. Coming up for you, Arsenal are the most unbeatable fan base in the country. We'll get the answer next from the most important people we could possibly ask this week. The Cheltenham punters are with us next.
Just like former players, you know, on the TV pundits, radio pundits, they've been saying the same thing for weeks and months now.
Saying what?
That Arsenal is going to fail, Arsenal are winning ugly, Arsenal are a set pieces team.
Who are saying this? Who's saying they're going to fail?
Yeah, Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Carragher, all of them, even some former Arsenal players. I just crossed the path, you know, with Ray Parlour, just came out and say, "Are you confident?" Say, "No, I'm not."
Well, I'm confident, but I don't want to overshoot it, if you know what I mean. I know Piers Morgan said they're going to win it in March and this, that, whatever. I don't want to be saying things like that because I know how hard it is, and you could get a bad spell. But they're in a great position, and you know sometimes you can be overconfident, can't you?
Ray, what about the Brighton game? Brighton fans were going crazy about the time wasting. Did you see that or not?
Look, you do try and slow if you can. Al, I mean, we used to try and do it. If we're leading and whatever, you got to try and see games out. And the good thing about that game was that they wasn't very good. They was poor as a team, but they won the game, and that's what it comes down to. You don't analyse every single game when you finish the season with the trophy in your hands and say, well, but remember the Brighton game? We didn't play that well, did we? We got lucky there.
For the county, and I drive the main road.
A very good morning to you. How are you doing? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car only this week. We're live at Cheltenham today. Shabanin for Alan Brazil. I'm sorry. I can only apologise.
Shaban,
don't shoot the messenger.
I think I should say this. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not an expert, right? But going into day 2 at Cheltenham, and you're feeling a bit rough, and you've got to make the 5 days. This might help you. 4 ways to survive a heart attack.
Right, you.
Right? 4 ways. Number 1, don't avoid the symptoms. Number 2, get aspirins in your pocket, just in case. Number 3, don't lay down, sit up. The weight of your chest, you should be sat up. And number 4, don't overdo it.
Thank you for that. Alan Brazil, by the way,
help someone out there today.
Has not
I'm
had
not a
any of
doctor.
those symptoms. He's just body tired. He's knackered. His knees are sore. So he's having a rest today. If you want to come and join us at Cheltenham, stick on the smart TV, stick on the YouTube channel. We're here. Katie Shanahan is here. Alan's fine. He is fine.
Thank you
He's
for that,
fine.
Dr.
He's
Dino.
fine.
And also,
Jesus.
if people are watching, you'll notice that me and Dino have come matching.
Quite cute.
We're Mr. and Mrs. Cheltenham, aren't we, darling?
Yes, yes, you look lovely.
So do you.
Thanks very much.
Right, well, I'm
And you
sorry,
look
I'm
nice,
starting to
Shaban.
feel like a third wheel now. Katie is here, of course. Katie, you were out and about with the people of Cheltenham yesterday,
Yes,
right?
yes. So we've heard what's happened on the course. So I was out and about dealing with what really matters and caught up with some of the punters. Okay, so it's the first day of Cheltenham, and I'm joined by 3 marvellous women. This is a magnificent outfit. Talk me through it.
So much. Nothing like being low profile and not going for the tweed option.
We've got an Arsenal fan over here. Confident about the title. We're going to win.
Yeah, we're going to win the league. 100%. We're going to win the quadruple. 110%. 22nd of March, we're going to win the first title.
What about Spurs? Where are they going?
If they get relegated, it would actually be a disaster if they get relegated. It's 6 points every year. It's just an absolute disaster.
So you actually want them to stay in the Premier League?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, it's an easy 6 points for us.
So if Arsenal win the title, what should Ray Parlour do to celebrate?
Just get naked. 100%. The run for Pele, get naked. You heard it here first.
Have you heard of the King of Cheltenham? No.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Alan Brazil, have you heard of him?
Why do I know that name? I was listening to Chris Evans on the way here on Virgin, and he was all over talkSPORT, and the fact that you were all here, or there'd already been some foolers.
You know what? We also spoke to a jockey that had ridden a horse called Alan Brazil. Yes. So we spoke to him yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think? Should Ray Party-Parler get naked if England, if the Arsenal
Ray's
win
in
the
big trouble. Last
quadruple?
time we spoke to him, he was trying to ask Ed what time's he coming to get him this morning. So I don't know where he is.
I haven't seen Ray at all.
And in the lounge yesterday, it's funny because, you know, when you've had a few drinks, Ray's going, do you know what, when I was like 14, my dad used to drop me off at training. I used to go miles training, and I just wanted it more than everybody else. You know, they were all better than me. And I was going, yeah, I was the same, Ray. You know, when we were little, we just wanted, it's desire. Desire. And Ray loves it. He goes, desire, I was the best runner, best athlete. And it's true. You know, Ray was the best athlete in the league. And he was a great player.
Yeah, but where is he today? Nobody knows. The search party's out.
He's in the gym every morning, you know. Have you seen? He's ripped.
He's
Ray.
in some shape.
Even at Cheltenham, he can't be going to the gym every morning.
Well, I've had a look round. He's the best-looking ginger person in the track by a mile.
We've got to find another person to counter that. So where are you going to be watching the racing today, Dino?
There he is!
Oh my God,
There he
he's here!
is. He's here!
There's Ray Parler!
He just
Ray,
woke
come
up.
in!
He's out on the balcony.
Warming up.
We come.
Yeah. So good job. I was bumming him up there, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Saying how good
Like
he
he
was.
was
He's really listening to us.
He's obviously had the app on, the little snakester. As Katie said, what's the plan today? Because I've got no plans if you want to take me out.
I can't do that.
It's Ladies' Day.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I know what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
You're just trying to get free drinks off me all afternoon.
I pay for my drinks.
I'm not falling for that one,
Listen,
Siobhan.
I'm the only one who gets the round in half the time. I'll pay for the drinks, but if you can sneak
I'll
me
take your
into the
drinks.
night.
Worse than this, Katie. I don't know if you heard the bit that got dumped earlier. We had this fella
I
on
did
from
hear
Benidorm, right? And I thought it was a bit made up because he said there's a window behind him and it's raining and all that. And Katie, Shaban said, "What's the picture out there at the minute? What's going on?" And he said, right, first of all, two nude men drunk, got on the rodeo horse, and I filmed it. And I'm thinking, here we go. What's he gonna? And what he said next.
Is that what you're doing today?
No, it was horrific, right? You can't imagine what he said next, but he thought he could get away with saying it on the radio, and we had to dump it. And then Shaban said to me, "I'd do that if you paid me." I can't tell you what it was, but that's where we are.
Well, it's Ladies' Day. Hang about
drinks
with
all
me.
day.
We'll see how you get on later.
So we might be in for quite the afternoon.
She walks around saying that to everyone until someone falls for it.
Yeah, God.
But not you, Dr.
No, I'm not
Dino,
falling for it.
not you.
Katie, let's get a bit straight today.
No.
You
Yeah.
can buy the drinks. We'll look after you and we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Anyway, what was the question?
Well, the question was, before we went into Benidorm, was what's your advice to punters heading to Cheltenham today?
Well, I just said, don't forget my 4 points about surviving a heart attack. That's one
Thanks
thing.
for that.
What
And
about the
then
racing?
come with a system. So you come with a system. I know it goes out the window after 3 races if you haven't won. You start backing horses that's your grand's name or something. But everybody comes with a system, don't they? I'm gonna bet tenner on the first race. If that wins, I'll have a bit more on the next race. So I would just say every horse is trying, and we've had experts up here non-stop, and they find it hard to tell you what's going to win because all the horses are trying. That's why he's so good. You know, so there's no horses here just having a run out. They're all trying to win. So it's difficult. So don't gamble too much.
Yeah, I've got a plan. I've got my system. Got my bets done.
What's your system?
I've just planned my bets today in advance.
Have you?
Yeah. We spoke about it in the car. So we can just watch the racing and see if they all come through.
Well, I've got my own horses. Thanks very much.
Why don't we spend the day together? We can have some fun.
Yeah.
There we
You
go.
trying to bum drinks off me as well? I'm not having it.
You saw us coming.
It's nice
Yeah,
to be
no
asked,
fun.
though, Sim. Sim, the producer's shaking his head. Why don't you take these two out?
It's Ladies' Day as well, so.
Ladies' Day, is it?
It's Ladies' Day for the first
Yeah.
time in 7 years. Ladies' Day's back.
Have you got plenty of money on you? They don't drink. Hey, they don't drink Shinzano and Coke. They're on the champagne, these two.
We'll do our best. We'll keep it cheap, Dean. Don't worry. I'm 2 drinks. And
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing all about Ray because apparently he fell asleep. He fell out of the Cheltenham bar and woke up on the talkSPORT Battle bus.
Last night?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Are you going to confirm these rumours?
But then he
Well,
looks
he's
great.
here. He'll be on in a minute, won't he?
Yeah.
Great.
If
With
he's
us.
here, he's coming on. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Been to the gym.
The Romford Pele is in the building and he's coming on in a minute.
Brilliant.
And he looks fine to me.
5 races on talkSPORT today and on talkSPORT 2. Hawksby and Jacobs here, of course, on the course from 1 o'clock with the best colour and coverage from day 2 of Cheltenham. And here's what's to come on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
So obviously all the tips from day 2 of Cheltenham coming up for you with all the experts. Ray Parlour's here, everyone. Good morning, Ray. It's a huge night of Champions League football on talkSPORT. We'll be joined by talkSPORT's legendary anchor Adrian Durham to set the scene for tonight's blockbuster games. And will Ray make it? He has. He's just rocked in. He looks like a 10 out of 10. He's supposed to be joining us very, very soon. Alan Brazil has not made it today, but the good news is he'll be back with you tomorrow. So stay tuned to see what state Ray Parlour is in this morning. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins Hire. Good morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Simon, there was controversy last week, if you remember. Sections of Elland Road booed as the game against Manchester City paused for Muslim players to break their Ramadan fast. The incident occurred 11 minutes into the game. An explainer flashed up on the big screen. Do you remember that? Play has been paused briefly to allow players to break their fast, but the boos continued alongside some chanting. Manchester City on that occasion named 3 players, Muslim players, Marmoush, Cherki and Ait Nouri, in their starting 11. And it goes back to the fact that in 2021 an agreement was introduced to allow Muslim players to break their fast during a Premier League match. But there was a lot of chat around that and as to why a certain number of Leeds fans ended up booing. Was it because of a pause in play because of the fasting? Well, ahead of another fasting break in yesterday's FA Cup match, Leeds this time were proactive online with a statement which seemed to outline why the booing may have happened, blaming themselves for poor communication. And Leeds said, Leeds are asking for respect to be shown during this Sunday's 5th round tie against Norwich. Play will be paused to allow players observing Ramadan to break their fast, including our own striker, Joel Pirro. And that seemed to work because they referred to the first game at Elland Road. It was paused. And then they said, now, while we displayed a message on our big screen at Elland Road to explain why the game had been paused, it wasn't visible for approximately 25% of the stadium, including the South Stand. In our preceding fixture with Manchester City at the Etihad in November 2025, the game was controversially stopped in the second half for a tactical timeout. During an injury break, with the squads congregating on the touchline, fans may have thought that this was happening again.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shaban. Unfortunately, in for Alan Brazil. Dean Saunders is here as ever. We're live from Cheltenham Festival, all thanks to Coro. Coming up for you this morning on Breakfast, a huge week of Champions League football on the talkSPORT network. We'll continue to review and preview all the week's games. Former Arsenal and Man City striker Paul Dickoff will be with us to do just that. Spurs fans, it's not getting any easier. Is this rock bottom? 03717 22 3344. Have you ever seen your club in a worse state? You can call us this morning and we'll have Cheltenham royalty with 31 festival winners. AP McCoy is going to be with us shortly on the show. All of that still to come. And you haven't got the King of Kings this morning. Unfortunately, Alan Brazil has not made it. So we will bring you the Prince.
Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome to the talkSPORT Breakfast Show live from the Cheltenham Festival. All rise for the King of Cheltenham, Alan Brazil. What's that? What?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
I am told the king will not be present today, but do not worry, alas.
Stop whinging, get on with it.
Please welcome the Prince of Cheltenham, Ray Party Parlour.
It's a vintage FA Cup goal for Arsenal. Only Ray Parlour. Whoa.
Good morning, welcome welcome to Cheltenham Racecourse. My name is not Alan Brazil, but I'll do my damn best for you this morning. Ray Parlour, Dean Saunders is here.
Thanks for shouting.
Stick on the smart TV, stick on the YouTube
What are we
channel.
doing?
We're doing our best, Alan Brazil. Guys, Ray, what a shame. How's he doing? Have you spoken to him this morning?
Well, yeah, I think he left about 4:15ish yesterday. So he would have got to his car about 6:15, I should imagine. Because he ain't the quickest walker. But no, he was all right. Jill was with him, so his wife was there, and his daughter Michelle. So they're looking after him.
They were doing it, and Alan was supervising.
Yeah, well, that's the yeah.
Alan was passing Jill glasses of champagne.
Can you believe it? She's got a driver now. It's great, isn't it? I wish my missus could do that. She stopped drinking.
Nice.
But look, he was in good form. He had a couple of winners as well. I could see the little spark in his eyes when Johnny Who went in. He had that. I had that, and he had the first winner. Old Park Star. He said that all week, didn't he? That one. So that one really well. So, but he's in good form. He's hopefully we see him later on today.
Yeah.
Did he back Lossiemouth, Ray?
I back Lossiemouth. Yeah.
Did he?
Impressive. Very good.
It's Ladies' Day today, Ray.
Oh, it is indeed.
You look sharp.
I've got the old.
You look great.
Program Ladies' Day, so it's all about the ladies today.
Don't fall for it, Ray. She's because I've given her a custard pie.
Oh, right.
She's trying to get drinks out of me.
Oh, she's coming out.
She's trying it on you now.
You're with us today, yeah?
I'm in with you tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. And today.
Today.
If you want.
Yeah, okay.
Come up there.
I'll play.
See what I mean? You fell for it.
Didn't
take you long.
No, she's good as gold. Jamie's with you tomorrow.
Jamie's coming up
Look
tomorrow,
forward to
yeah,
seeing
and our friends are coming up as well, so we cannot
We'll
wait
have a good
for it
day.
tomorrow. We'll have some fun. Listen, there's rumours going around that a couple of years ago we found you in a nightclub, and apparently
This is Alan again, isn't it?
you slept on the battle bus last night, the talkSPORT bus.
What?
Is this true?
No, of course it is. I was home watching football. I was at back of my house where I'm staying, just outside Broadway.
You've changed.
Oh, no.
Did you watch all the games,
We
Ray?
had a couple of beers last night in the house. I didn't go out last night. I think a lot of them are going out tonight.
Hey,
There's a couple of little nice little places to go tonight.
What about Spurs?
Well, yeah, I was sitting with a Spurs fan watching it, and, you know, you always say, away from home, just make it hard for the opposition, be really solid as a team. After 15 minutes, they're 3-0 down. The game's over. The game's over.
Yeah.
So you just got to try and stay in the game. I know it's always going to be a difficult game against Atletico, but you just got to try and be organised. It's 11 v 11 at the end of the day, and all you got to do is make sure you do your job as a player. But there's too many people. Look, there was a couple of mistakes which you can't do nothing about, can you? If you're a manager,
Well, you can. Don't ask your goalkeeper, who's the worst player in your team,
to play
in
out from the
every
back.
team, away in Madrid. I mean, we just been talking about it off air. Sometimes when Ray was playing for Arsenal, they should just hit a diagonal on him, and he'd win the flick on. Arsenal. It's not long ball football.
That was Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, and that's like starting games off, so you get on the front foot, and you're not giving goals away.
It's no problem playing out from the back when it's on. You know, you don't just do it for the sake of it. And you've got to have the right players. We saw, as much as Vince and company's doing a great job now at Bayern Munich, we saw it when he went to Burnley. They're trying to play it from the back in the Premier League, and you haven't got the players to do it.
Yeah.
So why do you do it?
Yeah.
And then you lose the ball 25 yards out, and they're at your goal. And a lot of the time, Premier League players are much more quality than the Championship players, and they will score more goals if they get the opportunity.
And it was Spursy on ice last night as well, with the slipping all over the place. Dean puts that down to the players having the right boots. Do you agree with that, or do you think the pitch should be questioned?
The pitches are totally different now, aren't they? I mean, we used to go to away games, especially. We knew your home game, the ground and what it's going to be. But every single away game, we used to go out to the pitch 1.5 hours before kick-off and check it and see, you know, where, definitely in your positions as well, where you're going to be roughly where you're playing. And then you go back into the dressing room and say, right, I need longer studs. And you change it yourself. And there we go, we've got the old things. Because the kit man can't do everybody's studs, so you do your own. So you just got to know the pitch as well. I mean, you don't play at Atletico, you don't know what the pitch. They're probably watered it and whatever, but I don't know what sort of they wear moulded now, or you know, I used to have it in between.
I was going to say, right, when you're a player, it's your responsibility to wear the right footwear, and the fitness levels are your responsibility. It's not my job to get you fit. There's 8 acres out there. If you're not doing enough training, go and do some. But they were slipping everywhere. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Just wear the right footwear.
Last night, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy came on the sports bar, and obviously Jason Cundy was there to make it a lot worse on Jamie every single time.
You change your manager and your fortune's going to change.
No, I'm not saying they're going to change, but it can't get any worse.
No,
it can't get any worse than this match.
We drew the second half today.
Jay, shut up!
Honestly, you lot, I don't know what you want.
Stop going on about the second half. You can't keep going on about it. Like, seriously, mate. Seriously, shut up. You can't keep talking about the second half. Oh, we drew the second half, mate. Honestly, I'm trying not to swear. Like, you can't keep saying that, mate. You can't keep saying that. You're a professional pundit. You can't keep saying that.
You did draw the second half.
A professional pundit in an Ange mask.
I thought second half that was good, wasn't it? Second half, they don't know what second half.
People keep saying, "Oh, they've drawn the second half." Nobody ever says that. I mean, it was an absolute thrashing, an embarrassing night for them. Do you think Tudor will be here come the weekend?
It's a really big dilemma they've got now. Whether they say, right, what do we do?
And do you think you should have took him off?
What, the goalkeeper? Do you imagine him on the way home, the goalkeeper? You know, he's it, Graham. He's it, but at the bottom now. I promise you. But I agree with you, Dean. If you do take him off, make that big decision, then you put your arm around him. Say, look, don't worry. You made a couple of mistakes because that's what you need. He's a young keeper, isn't he? Was he 22?
David De Gea has actually put up a tweet about it, just saying you can't understand what it's like to be in that position.
I mean, goalkeepers are obviously so important. You've got to have a good goalkeeper if you're going to challenge cups, leagues, whatever. We had Davy Seaman, Jens Lehmann was brilliant as well. But you've got to have a good goalkeeper. But they're always going to make a mistake here and there. But the problem is when they make a mistake, it's a goal. Simple as that. I can make a mistake in midfield, but I get away with it.
Yeah.
Defenders can get away with it sometimes. But goalkeepers are really under the spotlight. And that's why Raya at Arsenal have done so well. Because I thought when he stepped up from Brentford you can make a couple of mistakes and get away with it. But Arsenal you can't. Because you can cost the game and suddenly you lose 2 points, 3 points from a goalkeeper's mistake. But he's been superb. I know, look, everyone's going to make mistakes, but I really felt for the kid last night. I really did.
I think we all did. Listen, just quickly, Ray, do you want Spurs to stay in the Premier League, or because of the rivalry and because of the hatred, do you want them to be down, or is it an easy 6 points?
No, I mean, look, I've got lots of Tottenham mates, and they're even saying maybe it teach the club a lesson if they go down, but you know, he's still Tottenham Arsenal. I love that game. There's still some great derbies, isn't there? West Ham Tottenham's always brilliant to watch. So look, they've got. It's going to be really close. I just think that Forest have got more spirit, and I think that West Ham have got more spirit than Tottenham. That's going to be I think they nick points when you don't expect them to, which Forest did obviously at Man City. I think Man City go to West Ham the next game. So it's going to be a difficult one. But most Arsenal fans will say, get them down straight away.
Yeah.
So I'll go down that road.
I think the players have chucked the towel in.
I think they all want moves. They don't. They're all looking at there. Where can I go?
What's interesting is Mickey van de Ven feels like he's really changed the opinions of so many fans of late. Because he was such a star player. He's a great football player. You've got to give him that. And he's been brilliant for Spurs. But now that this shift has happened, he's kind of dropped the shoulders a little bit. Maybe looking like he thinks he's bigger than Spurs.
About that, what he's done.
I think there's two types of centre-backs, anticipators and reactors. And a lot of the time he's in a sprint trying to recover from not being in the right position.
Listen, Ange is available, Sean Dyche is available, Harry Redknapp is at Cheltenham for Gold Cup obviously on Friday, and then you never know, could he be back at Spurs? 03717 223344 is the number. We're going to have a fun day today. It's Ladies' Day at Cheltenham, and Ray's looking after us. Ray's getting the drinks in.
When's Men's Day?
Oh, here we go.
When's that then?
Here we go with his tears.
All right, I'll forget that.
I'm sorry.
I'll stay out of that argument.
Today and every day. Alan Brazil has fallen at the third hurdle, unfortunately, but fear not, because you'll hear exclusively from the great man next on talkSPORT Breakfast.
It's not just an embarrassment for the old firm, it's an embarrassment for the whole of Scottish football. And Scottish football as a whole is getting tarnished with this. And I just think it's incredibly unfair on the normal, well-behaved football supporter that they're getting tarnished with this brush. And I was listening to David Tanner. It's not just that yesterday. This has been going on for a long, long time. And Rangers as a football club need to address their own house. They need to put a stop to this. I know the way of stopping it is by banning them. Get them gone for the stadium. Nobody wants them.
Yeah, it's with the mask on as well, isn't it? All the covering their faces up as well, Gregor.
How's that anything to do with football? I go to a football match. I like to wear my colours. These people are not football supporters. They're mindless thugs. They're mindless thugs.
Yeah.
Gregor, I've always said, look, I'm a Glasgow boy. I've always said that, the history and all that. There's nothing, for me, there's nothing wrong with being excited before the game, singing your songs for 90 minutes, and then going home and being normal again. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to run on pitches, throw a few punches, and that's just beyond a joke. It's a disgrace.
That's the way it used to happen. Many years, there was trouble. Of course there was. It's part of the terrorism, but not like this. And that's, as I said...
I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain.
Is there a delay again, Siobhan?
There is a delay, so you're
Apparently we were shocking yesterday.
You were miles and miles off.
Is there a delay now?
There's always a delay when you're on a
I can only apologise for our singing, me and Alan, yesterday.
And the singing is tragic.
What a song.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. Alan Brazil has not made it, I'm afraid, today. He's having a wee rest. He's back with you tomorrow. Do not worry about it. My name's Siobhan. Sorry. Dean Saunders is here. Ray Parlour is here. And Alan has instead been sending in his messages today. Well, in fairness, we were catching up with him with Katie Shanahan yesterday. We're still dishing out your daily dose of Brazil, as it is Cheltenham. Here he is with one of his classic Alan requests.
Variety of people here, different characters. It's just magical. But I've won loads of money. I've also been sacked from here, but I'd be here all day telling you stories. But it is special. It's my favourite week of the year.
I was going to say, does it feel like a reunion every time that you come back?
Absolutely, yeah. It's always good to get the first day, so we're in the second day now. No, it's really, really good. It's special.
Would you say this is your happy place?
Very much so, yes. I say my ashes have been sprinkled in the last fence. Maybe.
Not yet, though. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Maybe Thursday.
Not yet, though.
Katie, not yet, though.
But he's not turned up today, which has me really worried.
Oh, Alan.
I'm joking. He's fine. He is.
He's all right. He's all right.
He's good as gold.
He left early yesterday.
Well, he's talking about his ashes at Cheltenham and he's not here today.
No,
I'm joking. Alan is absolutely fine. He's good as new, but he'll be back with you tomorrow. Simon Clare is here with the latest odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Simon, did you have him down for not turning up on day 2? He's beaten his own record here.
He has. I was exactly going to say exactly that. There was one year where everyone was thinking, will he last the week and make it on the Friday? And he didn't turn up on the Thursday and sold everyone a dummy and then came back on the Friday. But yeah, this is the earliest he's managed to slip away and avoid the show. But as you say, I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, Alan Brazil makes up his own rules.
Yeah, he does indeed. But he will be back here tomorrow and Friday. Friday's a big day, isn't it, Simon? So he's got to be here the last day at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Gold Cup day. Watching Harry Redknapp hopefully win the
Gold Cup.
Gold Cup
with the jukebox man.
He's got a runner today.
Well, he does.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
We were talking about Spurs. Okay, we talked about nothing else really than Spurs after last night. And I think you were mentioning Harry Redknapp. You know, his name is being mentioned in some sort of rescue act. He will be here today because he's got a runner in the first race, actually, Taurus Bay. He's got a little shot, and he's ridden by Ben Jones, trained by Ben Pauling. He was second here at Cheltenham in his trial, and it's a very competitive race. We heard Dom King tipping him Act of Innocence, very good race. But can he rescue Spurs? At the moment, we're betting 6-4 West Ham, 13-8 Spurs to be relegated. We're assuming Burnley and Wolves are down.
Forest?
I think Forest are about 7-2.
Okay.
And then some 12 leads. I mean, it's so I think it was only a few weeks ago. I was talking to the guys. A few weeks ago, we offered 250 to 1 Arsenal to win the league, Spurs to be relegated, because it was almost a bit of a fun. Probably about say 2 months ago maybe. And the fact that now it's effectively 2-1 that Gunners friendly special comes in is mental, really.
Frightening, really.
Yeah.
Back tonight, Simon, on the games. There's some cracking games tonight.
We have. I mean, look, Arsenal are 1-2 to beat Bayer Leverkusen. Chelsea going away to PSG. Need to get something out of that game. They're 9-4 to win tonight, 11-4 the draw, even money PSG. I mean, that sort of favours Chelsea a little bit in terms of current form. And then City are even money away to Real Madrid, which is mad, isn't it? And they're 2-5 to get through the tie. So, I mean, overall, okay, Newcastle's late, letting that late equaliser in, frustrating Spurs' abject performance aside. The actual the English sides in the Champions League were sort of looking strong overall.
Definitely.
That's a good treble tonight.
Do you think so?
Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
£2, about 91.
Is it? I might have a bit of that.
About to get the calculator out in a minute.
Why you get paid the big bucks there, Simon?
Yeah, exactly.
Good work.
Yeah, to talk rather than do the math.
So let's talk about then the racing today. What we've got coming up. Who should we be looking out for? Where are we putting our money?
Yeah, look, I thought it was some good chat about yesterday. 57,000 people. I thought the atmosphere was great. The winners were to be found. The likes of Lossiemouth, Karjizi. I know, Ray, you backed.
Yeah, we've done that, yeah.
But it's day 2. Moving on. I mean, I think the first race, no drama this end for Paul Nicholls. It's a big, English hope. Sober for Willie Mullins is the second favourite there. I think no drama this end will be the one who'll carry all the money. Because yesterday, that first race, it was 4 British horses who were first 4 home. The Irish out with the washing. And this is a novice race as well. So just maybe the British horses are advantaged. So I think he's the fancied horse in the first. But then the big Irish hope in the second race, Romeo Coolio is the hot favourite there. Big field, 16 runners in that Brown advisory, but he'd be the sort of the banker in the second race. And then the big race today is the Champion Chase, where Madgeborough is the heavy favourite. And a bit like Lossiemouth yesterday, if he was to win, that would bring the crowd, the house down. But Fergie and his friends have got Low de Sud, the third favourite there. So Sir Alex Ferguson, for United fans out there, has got a big chance for Dan Skelton. They, of course, had the...
So what was it in the end yesterday? The British got...
4-3 to the Brits.
4-3?
4-3 to the Brits in the Pressbury Cup. So
yeah, we said it'd be a lot closer this year.
Yeah, it will be, exactly.
Simon, which trainer do you think has learned the most from yesterday? Because obviously they look at their horses going out on the first day on the going, which is on the brink of getting watered. Which trainer do you think's learned the most?
Well, I think all the trainers known as will know that the ground is perfect. I mean, I think it was great. The racing was great yesterday. The finishes were strong. Yeah. There's going to be some rain around, I think, tomorrow, maybe Friday. So they might water a bit on the other course because there's 2 courses here. They use the old course for the first 2 days and the new course for the second 2 days. Right. So, I mean, really, without tempting fate, it feels like a perfect setting. The ground's fine. The weather's pretty good. We're happy.
And it's
Alan
Ladies' Day.
Brazil's, you know,
It's Ladies'
Shabazz
Day.
did a great job today. Alan Brazil's going to be back.
He's
It's
back
Ladies'
tomorrow.
Day. It's like, you know, so look, I think you know, sometimes they felt a really good feel. I thought AP McCoy yesterday was very, very positive about the feel for this year's Cheltenham. I'm sure he'll come on and say the same thing again. Yesterday went down as a real success, and I think, you know, it just feels like the place is buzzing at the moment, which is great.
You get that buzz when you've parked the car, you're walking up the hill, and you do get that feeling. There's no feeling like Cheltenham.
Well, we've done a couple of stories, me and Dino, in our box at the end there.
So hold on, Alan even pulled out of his corporate
Yeah.
yesterday and made Dino step up.
Yeah,
Dino didn't get a card.
So
he was outside warming up.
It's a good sub, though. It's a good sub. Don't get me wrong, Dino. But it was a situation where I said, everybody who's not been here before, make sure you're on that balcony for the first, when the tape goes up for the Raw. And Dino, he was still in his story. I was like, come on, Dino, you've got to get out there. You catch your punchline, wouldn't you?
Dino yesterday walked over here and he told us his yesterday was 5 tips to avoid how to deal with a heart attack. He couldn't remember the 5th one. So when it's live on air, he shortened it to 4 tips. What is the 5th tip?
I couldn't make sure the ambulance driver's good. Not Ed.
Didn't you forget the cough?
Pardon?
The cough.
Oh, cough.
You forgot. Apparently it's true.
Apparently you cough.
I'm now in my 50s, so I read this sort of guidance as well.
Guys,
Apparently,
this is morbid chat.
well, you have to.
Alan's talking about ashes.
He's talking about ashes. He's not turned up today. You're talking about heart attacks. And
Can I just give a quick shout out to the Coral Off today?
Please.
Which is the reward shaker.
Yes.
So basically every single day on your Coral phone, you click on it and you shake your phone after 8 p.m. and you get sort of, you know, free guaranteed wins. We're giving out 100,000 free bets, so it could be one of those. It's a guaranteed win every day. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Gamble responsibly.
That's a brilliant offer, there.
Shake your phone.
Simon, thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Shabazz.
You need to.
I've got a pint of Guinness on me.
A reminder for you loyal talkSPORT listeners who were really hoping for Alan Brazil today, jump onto the talkSPORT app or talksport.com/game. There's a QR code there. You can play our Project Cheltenham game. It's basically Alan Brazil trying to make it through all 5 days of Cheltenham, which is not, sadly. But he will be back with you tomorrow. You can jump on and play that now on your mobile. talksport.com/game. And that was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+ begambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral's Rewards Shaker. Make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding with 100,000 free bets to be won every day. 18+ online. Max 1 reward per player per day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
When I saw the scenes, whether the scale of the scenes were back to the 80s or not, which is my argument that they clearly weren't, there was not a surprise in my mind that there was an issue when you've got the two sets of fans in a combustible environment and large amounts of the opposing side being in the away ground for the first time in significant years. I look at the rules and say, it's interesting about rules being quoted as the SFA enforcing a 20% rule around the stadium capacity, yet the rules in the SPFL require you to provide a certain amount of away fans for the SPFL games, and Rangers and Celtic seem to have ignored that for years. So I don't really understand why they couldn't have ignored it for this game and turned around and said, in the interests of what we think is common sense, right now we don't think it's appropriate to stick 7,500 fans in a football stadium from the opposition right now because we think it's going to lead to problems. Then you look beyond that and go, well, you could have ignored the rules if you wanted to, and that may be me being a little bit cheap on the observation, but notwithstanding it, it's still there. You then look at it and go, if you don't think this was surprising, you think it's disappointing, I bet if I ask Bill Leckie, put aside your disappointment and your unhappiness, are you inherently surprised? Well, probably not. So what was done to prevent it? What was done to ensure that prevention, whether prevention should have to be part and parcel of a bloody football match, is a different argument entirely. What we're dealing with now is another set of circumstances surrounding two football clubs that should be at the pinnacle of Scottish football for the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. And you can't strip them out of the cup, because you strip them out of the cup, all of a sudden the commercial revenues of the cup come into play.
Exactly.
We've seen this situation. So what did you do, honestly, when you look down and distill it down to prevent this?
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shabana Hearn, in for Alan Brazil. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Your big man's resting up. He'll be back with you tomorrow on talkSPORT Breakfast. And Dean Saunders is here. Ray, the Prince of Cheltenham Parlour, is here at the Cheltenham Festival with Coral. Now,
quiz question.
Go on.
What's this song from?
It's like Disney thing.
No, this is from...
Da, da, da.
Is Annie? Annie? Annie?
I thought Magnificent Seven.
Yeah,
Seven. I was close.
I thought it was Bonanza for a bit. Are you old enough to remember Roy Rogers?
No.
The cowboy.
Don't think so, no.
And his horse, Trigger.
No.
No. No, you, Ray?
Yeah, no.
You remember him? You can remember him. So he must be like in the late
How old
50s.
do you think I am?
Oh, that's a trick question.
22?
Hey, I've heard this
Ray,
one.
that's why we're best friends.
Go low, Ray.
He's Ladies' Day, isn't it?
Go low.
Don't be kind.
I reckon you're about 29.
Oh, shut up.
Oh.
29.
Higher.
What?
No, it's
What have you
higher
gone?
than that.
No,
He's worked on this
You'll
chat.
be 30s,
Anyway.
early 30s.
Right.
Shaban.
Yeah, okay. Now you're just lying to yourself. It would be remiss of us not to touch
34.
on
That's it.
shocking scenes. What happened at Ibrox on Sunday. Celtic fans were given the allocation of 7,500 to the ground, which was a massive increase from recent Old Firm derbies. Sadly, it led both sets of fans running on the pitch and getting into altercations. White and Jordan were joined yesterday in the studio by the Celtic interim manager Martin O'Neill and Rangers legend Graham Souness, who spoke of their disappointment about the situation.
Quite saddened by the events, and saddened seemed as almost like a as if you're minimising or downplaying or things like this here. But overall, it's a shame, because I think the things that I was hoping that would happen and happened for a long time may now not happen anymore. The full allocation, both at Ibrox and Celtic, maybe been taken away.
Sad, angry, equal amounts. I have to say that what a difference having
the Celtic supporters there, the whole room was full. Just added to the atmosphere. It is, in my opinion, the biggest derby in the world. I've not been to the one in Buenos Aires, but that you have to go to an Old Firm game. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll see that again. I think what happened on Sunday will mean that we won't see away supporters in the stadiums again, not in those numbers anyway.
Graham Souness and Martin O'Neill speaking on White and Jordan yesterday. The guys are back at 10 o'clock today. I mean, it was a...
It's a shame, isn't it? I mean, I think Graham's hitting the nail on the head there. I mean, it's great when the away fans are in the stadium and they make the atmosphere. It's like the FA Cup in England. When you play in the FA Cup game, they get the full allocation. So I remember going to the Emirates and Leeds United had 9,000. And it was brilliant. The atmosphere was superb. And I thought it was a really good atmosphere the weekend.
Martin Keown touched on Monday how it's gone from 800 people to 7,500. Right, so it's quite a big jump to see that many away fans coming into Ibrox. Maybe it could have been 2,000. Maybe it would have been different.
Yeah.
We saw the Celtic fans getting in at the Broomloan end, forcing their way in without tickets. Not a good look. You see the graffiti and everything that they've done to the stadium and to the Broomloan end. It's not a good look at all. And then the kind of the Union Bears or whoever it may have been coming onto the pitch with their masks on. They're there to cause trouble. Now, I grew up there and my dad and my mum would never have let me into town on Old Firm days. You just don't be around it because there's always going to be trouble. I don't think it's ever going to go away. And it's not football rivalry. Some of these kids don't even know what they're on about. They don't know what they're fighting for. But it goes so sectarian and bigoted and hateful. That will always be there in that situation in that part of Glasgow. If you're blue or if you're green, it's almost brought up in your family. That's the way it is going to be. Now, some people saying that they're taking their kids to the Old Firm to Ibrox when it's the first time that this many fans could get in there. Were you expecting Disney on Ice? It's going to be absolute chaos, and part of it is what makes it so special. But it's a small portion of fans that then spoil it for everyone. That aside, I mean, for me as a Celtic fan, it was a brilliant result. It went our way in the end, but those scenes spoil it for everyone. But I don't think it's ever going to go away because that's what it's like there. This is life for people. This is how they live. This is how they go about their days.
I know it's a small thing, but can't they ban or make it the law you can't wear a balaclava to a football match?
Absolutely.
Why would you wear a balaclava?
You're going to cause trouble. You're hiding something.
And you've got tools in your pocket. So,
flares.
Yeah.
Why have you got flares? How are they getting in with all this? It is a disgrace, and listen, as a mum, I would love to say I'm going to take my kids to the next Old Firm game, but it's not going to be a pretty sight.
Surely 10 minutes before the end, though, the police would go around the Celtic. No, it's stewards the stewards are stewards, and they do the best they can, but they're not.
But they didn't look equipped, did they? They didn't look equipped for it, and maybe they were hopeful that in this day and age it's not going to get to that. But trust me, I think that will always be there. And one day I would love to see there not be, but there would have been fights in the town that day.
Yeah.
Just because there's that real deep hatred, bigoted, sectarian hate that goes on between these teams, and it's not going to go anywhere. No. It won't be, and it's a shame to see, but as Martin O'Neill said there, to see all that many fans in the ground, they've ruined it for themselves. And it's a small group of them that have ruined it for everyone.
They've got to play each other again, haven't they, as well? Couple of times, because they split, didn't they?
Yeah, they split,
the league.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the next game.
Of course, Jim White is here at Cheltenham alongside our chief football correspondent Alex Crook and the former Aston Villa captain Gabby Agbonlahor. That's from 10 o'clock this morning. Remember, talkSPORT 2, Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly have the Cheltenham preview show for you. That's at 10 o'clock today. Download the free talkSPORT app and swipe between the two stations at ease. Now, the Champions League back in action tonight. Mouth-watering clash. Manchester City take on Real Madrid. The two sides make history as the first to meet in the knockout rounds for 5 straight Champions League seasons. Madrid aim to repeat last year's win over City but face injury worries with Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham expected to miss out. Delighted to say joining us now is UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and Arsenal and legendary Man City striker Paul Dickov is with us now. Good morning, Paul. Good to see you.
Morning, Paul.
Good morning,
how you doing, Paul?
How are we all?
Yeah, good. Good to see you, Paul. How are you feeling about this one tonight?
Compared to previous seasons, Shaban, I'm looking forward to it, actually. Usually Madrid Champions League, especially at the Bernabeu, I've got the upper hand. We all know what the record is there. But City getting the victory earlier on in the season, there when they weren't at their best and a lot of people out, and then get into the game tonight in great form, more or less a fully fit squad against a Madrid team that's been struggling. You know, I watched the game against Benfica in the last round, and Benfica caused them all sorts of problems. You know, as you said, Mbappe's out, Bellingham's out, they've got problems in defence. And I think it could be a really good time for City to go there tonight and get a victory.
Paul, do they start on the front foot, Paul, or do Dre and Pepper go, right, we've got the second leg at home. That's where we can win the game comfortably and get through. But how do you set up tonight? Is it, because they've got lots of big players out, is it worth going straight away on the front foot, or will they sit back and be hard to beat?
No, I think they'll go for it tonight. You know, you look at the form of Semenyo. They had the luxury at the weekend, Ray, of resting 10 players. You know, I think Matheus Nunes was the only one that played from the previous Premier League game. You know, so the likes of your Rodri, Semenyo, Haaland, though people talking about being a little bit tired, he just had a really good rest. Cherki's back in form. Jeremy Doku coming back. So I think attacking-wise, City will go there and go for it. And I think they'll really feel that with the injuries Madrid have got tonight, that they can go there and get a really positive result.
Paul, Pep's obviously building a new team from the one he had in the past. Where do you think he's up to in that development of that squad?
I get asked this a lot, Dean. People are saying that they're nowhere near the team that won the treble a few years ago and then won 4 Premier Leagues in a row, but which is right. But I'm looking at the players they've brought in, I'm looking at the recruitment they've brought in, and they're not far away, I don't think, from being a top team again. You know, but people are saying about that Champions League winning team, and there's only 8 players left, but the 8 players left are going to have a massive influence from now at the end of the season. You know, you look at, great to see John Stones back at the weekend. You know, you've got Ruben Diaz, you've got Rodri, you've got Phil Foden, you've got Erling Haaland. You know, you've got players that, even Donnarumma, who's a serial winner, you've got players in the changing room that have been there, seen it, done it. And that experience I've got of the 7 and 8 players are going to help the new lads that have come in. And then I've got a special shout out to Mark Gahey since he's come in. He's been absolutely outstanding. You know, we know City struggle at the back pace-wise, especially in the centre-half position. But he's come in and he looks as if he's been here for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So it's given him that bit more stability at the back. And we all know the wonderful players they've got going forward. So it's going to take another couple of seasons to get back where they were. But I think they're on the right track at the minute, Dean.
Yeah, just look at that, Paul. Everybody's talking about Arsenal quadruple. Man City's still in for the quadruple as well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it, they're all in all the competitions as well. But Paul, you're looking at the that side of the draw. I think Arsenal have had a pretty good draw. If they get through against Leverkusen, which you expect them to do, they end up getting Bodo Glimt or Sporting. But so it could be an all-English final, which would be fantastic.
I think it would be. I mean, you look at Arsenal, obviously Chelsea's still in there. I mean, I don't think Tottenham have got a chance now after last night. So, so the more English clubs that are going to be in there, the better. But, you know, Arsenal and City have been a cut above the rest. And, you know, people saying about Arsenal having the easier route, they've earned that. They've earned that by the league stages, you know, by topping the group. You know, if you're going to top the group, you're going to give yourself a better chance, especially with the home legs coming second. You know, I fully expect Arsenal to beat a struggling Leverkusen team who's 6th in the Bundesliga tonight. So, but the more English teams we can progress to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and wouldn't it be great to have an All-England final as well?
Paul, you coming out to Cheltenham?
Well, Shaban, when I got the message to say did I want to come on, I wasn't expecting to sit and do it in the car. I was wanting to sit there with you guys and get the invite down.
I thought you were driving a taxi. You're a taxi driver.
Oh, unlucky, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, we need to let you go. Former Man City striker Paul Dickoff with us this morning. Good luck. Enjoy the game tonight. Maybe see you tomorrow.
I was his coach, by the way, at Blackburn, Paul Dickoff.
Oh, did you?
You wouldn't want to play against him every week.
Tough.
Oh. No, he was like, he wouldn't give you 5 minutes on the ball.
Yeah.
He had a streak in him which would, like, you know, there's no way you're bullying me today.
We used to go out
and run his socks off.
He used to be in the same youth team as me.
Did he?
So he was brilliant, Paul. He lost causes. He's running after him. And he was so good for a midfielder because you knew that he's going to chase people down and you can push up and win the ball back in good areas. And he was brilliant, Paul.
And every club he played for likes him.
Yeah.
Fans like
him.
Everybody likes Paul.
We used to go out as 17, 18-year-olds. We just have right fun, Paul, you know.
Great lad.
Something about the Scottish people. They seem to have a good time.
Yeah, we do. We know how to rip it up on a Friday night. If you can, stick on the talkSPORT website, by the way, talkSPORT YouTube channel and the Smart TV. We've got you covered here from Cheltenham today. And then tonight, 3 Champions League commentaries. We're coming live to you from Madrid. Manchester City take on Real. That's the Champions League action tonight, live here on talkSPORT. 7 o'clock build-up and the kick-off at 8. Still to come for you on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Hold on a minute. A beer keg has just been delivered to the box.
You got the wrong room, mate.
Right on time. No, keep it here and bring some Prosecco. Coming up for you, talkSPORT's legendary anchor Adrian Durham will join us to relive one of the Champions League's wildest nights, reflecting on Atletico Madrid's Spurs disaster and the chaos that left Jamie O'Hara reeling.
Through the second half today.
Jay, shut up!
Honestly, you lot, I don't know what you want.
Stop going on about the second half.
Jason's so good at worrying people.
He's excellent, honestly. We'll be joined by Racing Royalty 20-time champion jockey Sir AP McCoy, who has 31 festival winners here to review yesterday's brilliant action. He's with us next. Good morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Wrexham boss Phil Parkinson said he was proud of his team's performance.
Yeah, listen, we've got to be immensely pleased with the performance tonight. In so many aspects of the display were good. The way we pressed, the structure, because it's not just about pressing, it's when to press, it's the communication. But some of the football we played as well, I thought was really good. And I stressed in the press conference and to the lads yesterday, we weren't coming into this game just to stop Chelsea. We were coming into it to play ourselves. And we've gone toe-to-toe. We really have. I felt second half we were going to win the game. I could feel it. I really was very confident on the touchline. And moments have gone against us tonight. And it's our first taste of VAR here at the racecourse. And, it takes a bit of getting used to, because those decisions will be, certainly the send-off, I think, will be a big talking point.
Yeah, I think Phil's called it perfectly there. He's talked about the decisions and what had happened during the game, big moments. And, yeah, look, they 1-0 up, pegged back 1-1. Go 2-1 up, get pegged back 2-2. And I've got to say, the second goal, which is so often the lad Doyle who scored, it was a deflection from a shot. And them goals are quite clever goals, because if you just divert the ball as it's coming to you, that it beats any goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper's going one way. And if you get a slight deflection on it, it gets diverted into the bottom corner. And I thought they just absolutely matched Chelsea in every way, shape and form. And to be fair, they must, be proud of what they've done this year in the Championship and in the Cup.
morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Rewards event. You can get £500 off your next car only this week. We're live at Cheltenham. It's a beautiful day out there. I told you the sun will come up. It doesn't look like it's going to rain.
I'd rather be in Benidorm.
Would you? Well, after what we heard this morning.
Well.
Hey, by the
you
way, we've got breaking news. Listen to this. You might have to dump this. I'm just warning you, right? So we're in the car last night. Obviously, Ed's run a rabbit over yesterday.
God bless the
Ed on the way
rabbits.
home, right? So we're in the car last night, and I went, Ed, did you purposely hit that rabbit? And he went, no, I'm not like that. He said, saying that, though, I had 2 rabbits as a kid, and my mum and dad ate them. Honest to God.
What?
Yeah,
Ed.
yeah, that's a true story. Ollie was there to it, didn't he, Ollie?
That's such...
His mum and dad ate the rabbits.
Well, I believe it.
Sorry for the kids on
That's
the
why
school
he's
run
got
who
this-
may have heard that.
Did you have pets when you were growing up?
That's why he's got this this phobia of rabbits.
I had a tortoise.
What?
I had a tortoise growing up, yeah.
How old did it
And
live
it was,
to?
it hibernated, well, obviously they go into hibernation, didn't they, in a box with all the hay around it, and it woke up, and it's too early to go put it in the garden, so we had to have it, we had it round our little, like, annex at the back. And one day my mum was doing dinner, and she'd give it a roast dinner, the tortoise. And the tortoise was loving it, by the way. He was like, I was only a young kid. And the next morning, he come down, and all his neck was hanging out, all sick everywhere. He died.
Oh, my God.
It's a joke.
No.
I thought he was going to say it took 6 months to get him back in the
She
house.
give me a little plate of dinner. You had a few potatoes, few peas, bit of salt, bit of pepper. The old tortoise. Loving it. Oh.
I thought it was a joke. You were going to say something about the tortoise being slow.
Oh, my God.
So he died.
My mum was she's so guilty.
Horrific.
She should.
Do you know what,
Mum,
Shaban?
I said, Mum, your cooking ain't that bad, is it?
Hey, Ray, listen to this again, right? I'll try not to get sacked.
Right,
And
well,
make
you're
sure
on the
you
right
don't.
track.
And make sure you don't. We got a caller this morning at 7 o'clock. He's in Benidorm.
brilliant.
JT. Right? He's got a window behind him, and over to Benidorm where they got the racing going on in the street and everything. JT, how's it over there? Oh, it's raining at the minute. I thought it was a bit strange. Raining. He goes, well, and Shaban went, what's going on in Benidorm? He said, well, you see some sights out here. He said, I've just seen two nude men riding a rodeo horse.
Right.
And
that's a bit.
I started filming it. And I thought, what do you mean? What are you filming that for? And then, how can I say this? He said, which is the bit that got dumped, he said...
Well, don't say it, Dean.
You better not say it again, then.
He said, and then there was some people, somebody
enjoying
doing
it.
something to a Scouser. He only knew he was a Scouser. I don't know who's on the floor.
You might have had a Liverpool shirt.
And it was bad, right? But listen to this. Shaban said, I'd do that if you paid me.
No, I didn't.
She did.
I do it for free.
You said if you paid me. Anyway.
Right. By the way,
Anyway.
Alan Brazil back with you tomorrow. He's having a rest today. He's here in corporate a little bit later on. And by the way, if you want your Alan Brazil mask and you're at Cheltenham today, look out for the talkSPORT Battle Bus. We're giving loads of them out. So come and see the
Get free
talkSPORT
drink
team
with
at the bus. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But you will get your Alan Brazil mask. So he'll be totally here in spirit. Ray Parlour didn't manage any winners yesterday, but you never know. Today's a new day.
No,
It's
I
a
done all right.
You did all right. It was Rupert Bell, sorry,
Lost him
who
out.
had a shocker yesterday. We can get our latest now with our racing correspondent, Rupert Botox Bell, and what you can expect today.
Yeah, well, I come down to the parade ring and just next door to the winners' enclosure, where, of course, it's such an evocative walk through to celebrate an achievement of having a festival winner. Well, today, two men definitely will be hoping that they can have a festival winner. Harry Redknapp with Tourist Bay will be going to try and set up a perfect week because, of course, he's got the Jukebox Man running on Friday in the big one, the Cheltenham Gold Cup. And Sir Alex Ferguson, so used to picking up trophies. Maybe he'll be picking up one of racing's biggest jump trophies, the Queen Mother Champion Chase, with load of suit. But again, we're set fair for a lovely day. Weather's perfect. Ground just again on the soft side of good. There was a bit of rain last night. We've also got a race over the cross-country course. That ground is a little bit quicker. But the scene is set for another pulsating day here. This winners' enclosure has had so many wonderful celebrations. Maybe today it could be two famous football faces enjoying success.
Oh, lovely stuff. Rupert Bell with us there. Your stories about your pets growing up. I'm sorry to any kids in the car who heard that tortoise story. They'll be mentally scarred.
Do you know what, Shaban? When I was young, right, people, well, even now, people ask me, if you weren't a footballer, what would you be? And I go, a jockey. I'd love to have been a jockey. I'd love it to get on one of them horses.
Yeah.
So where I live, I've got a paddocks at the back of my house. So I went to the sales in Beeston Market, and I sat there for ages, right? Months. And I eventually bought this 15-hand chestnut horse. Bear in mind, I've never rode a horse before. And I got it home, and it's done a bit of everything, a bit of show jumping, a bit of dressage, and it'd been hunting. So I got the saddle, bought a saddle and everything. I pulled the stirrups up.
Yeah.
And I got on the horse, and I thought I'd ride a finish across the field, right? So I've got my daughter to film it. So I'm like that, riding the horse. I was flying, thinking I'm going to, if I fall off now, I'm not injured, I'm brown bread, right? So as I was flying across the field, stopped. I said, let's see what that looks like.
Well, you never rode a horse before?
No. So I pulled the stirrups up, and I was like a jockey, and because the horse was a genuine old horse, it just ran in a straight line, and then it was easy to stop.
Yeah.
So I jumped off, and I thought, imagine that. If I'd have fallen off, I was that high up, I break something. So I looked at the video back, and the horse was trotting. He was only going like that.
I know.
I can't believe you get on one. I thought I was flying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what are you like?
I sold him in the end.
Okay.
Too slow.
Okay. How much to get?
500 quid.
Nice, okay. Better than a kick up the backside. Don't forget, talkSPORT has you covered with live commentary of all the day's biggest races, so you will not miss a thing live here at Cheltenham. Coming up for you next, Mr. Hot Take himself, Adrian Durham, is here. Do Spurs have to part company with Igor Tudor to save their Premier League status? Good morning.
Has the hiring of Edu destabilised the best season in a generation at Nottingham Forest? And how much responsibility does Evangelos Marinakis have to take for it? We understand that he's been told to stay away from the City ground, pending a termination of his contract at the end of the season. I know that Forest fans will be reluctant to criticise Marinakis, but is this a mess of his own making? Because he had a manager who was very successful, almost took them to the Champions League. He started to interfere, and all of a sudden they ended up dropping down eventually into the Europa League, but then they lost to Nuno Espirito Santo very quickly. So is this got to be on Marinakis' shoulders?
Of course it is. And do you blame Nuno Santo when you've got a sporting director coming in and probably not giving you a say on any players that you're bringing in? What do you expect as a manager? And if you speak to the older generation of managers, they'll say, what? Someone's telling me what players are coming in, and I'm going to
That is the way of the world now, though.
I know,
isn't it?
but then is that fair as a manager? Like we said in previous shows, sporting directors should be coming on and doing press. You're the one bringing in the players. The manager's doing the best they can with these players. They might have wanted 10 other players that you have said no to. Some of the players that they brought in Nottingham Forest, Douglas Luiz on loan didn't work. Zinchenko on loan didn't work. Amari Hutchinson, 37.5 million. Only one Premier League goal in 22 appearances. McAtee, 30 million. Hasn't worked. Ndoye hasn't worked. Bakwa hasn't worked.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Good morning, how are you? Welcome along to Talk Sport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. It's Shabana Hearn and for Alan Brazil. He's not made it today, day 2 of the races. The big man is feeling a little bit tired and a little bit sore, so he's having a long lie today. He's back with you tomorrow, don't worry about it. Dean Saunders is here. Ray Parlour is here live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. Still lots on the way between now and 10 o'clock. We're going to be joined by racing royalty and a man who knows exactly how to win on these grounds. 20-time champion jockey Sir AP McCoy will be with us very soon. And pour a cup of tea, get yourself comfy, because we'll be having some fun at the end of the show with storyteller himself and the return of everyone's favourite feature, Dino's Diamonds. Do you prep that in advance then? Do you practice your stories, or do you just...
I didn't even know I was doing it.
Right.
Do now. You just sprung that one on me.
I'm sure
Diamonds.
You've got something in the back pocket.
Do you know what I thought Ray was going to say? I thought it was a joke about the tortoise. But by the way,
That poor tortoise,
who
by
gives
the
a
way.
tortoise a Sunday dinner?
I don't know.
And I think horseradish has killed the...
No, it's English mustard.
I thought he was going to say, what's he doing now? And he's going to say the manager of Spurs. Hit a man when he's down.
Savage.
Terrible.
Now let's get an update on the Champions League with TNT Sports.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the UEFA Champions League, Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required, 18 plus, terms and conditions apply.
Right, just when you think it can't get any worse for Tottenham, they never fail to surprise us. And for one Spurs fan in particular, it's all just getting a bit much.
Here we go again.
Get this fraud out of this club. This manager is killing this football club. We are gone. He is the worst appointment I've ever known. Genuinely, I could do a better job.
Can I be your number 2?
No, I don't want anything to do with you. He's embarrassed us.
Not another one?
I want it on this show in half hour. Sack. I want it. I want the info. I want Alex Crook on it. Sack. I will not watch Spurs again with this manager in charge. 3 at the back. 4 in midfield. My nan could tell you that he's not good enough to be in goal in a Champions League match. You play him against Barnsley. That's when you play Kinksky.
Well, next season he will be.
Has he just come out and said that we were in the game for the first 2-3 minutes?
Right. Factually, he's correct.
You can't keep going on about it. Seriously, shut up.
Another one.
Try not to swear. Like, you can't keep saying that, mate. You can't keep saying that. You're a professional pundit.
He did draw the second half.
So I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear.
He's done it again. He's walked out again. Darius to poo.
One more time.
How immature, it's brilliant. Right, an absolute shocker last night for Spurs once again, this time the Champions League, conceding 3 goals inside 14 minutes. The keeper getting hooked as well. We can bring in someone who was there for us in Madrid for that complete horror show. A very good morning to talkSPORT's chief live football anchor, Adrian Durham. Good morning, Aid. Good to have you with us at Cheltenham.
Morning, Aid.
How you doing, Aid?
Good morning, all. I'm sure you're all enjoying yourselves there. And I just want to say I hope Alan Brazil's all right. If you're not watching on YouTube, you won't have seen Shaban with the Alan Brazil mask. But I noticed that you tried to slip that one in. I noticed the difference.
Yeah, it's definitely better when I wear the mask. A lot of people would say that, Adrian, to be fair. How's things out there then? That was an absolute stinker for Spurs, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Listen, I mean, it was unbelievable. For him to say they're in it for the first 2 or 3 minutes is an absolute joke. I think make Jamie O'Hara right. You know, I think this manager has got to go for the good of Tottenham Hotspur. If they want to stay in the Premier League, I think he has to go. He's wiping value off assets, and that's something that the board at Spurs should consider. He's thrown basically a rookie keeper. It's his Champions League debut last night. He's thrown him in at the deep end, away to Atletico Madrid, and he's had an absolute shocker. And effectively, he has ruined this keeper's career. This is not good management at all. And you throw in the fact that our talkSPORT team that flew out to Madrid yesterday saw Mauricio Pochettino on the plane. The Spurs fans were loving him. That was a man manager. Regardless of the fact that he was looking at Spurs, it was a good man manager. This guy is ruining players in the short space that he's been there. So I think Spurs need to act and act now.
I think when Harry's up here on today.
He's up today.
He's up today, Aid. I'm sure everybody will be asking questions to Harry, saying, Harry, you up for the job? And I think he's already said, look, I will definitely help Spurs out. They need me. Is he the man for you, Aid, or is it someone like Sean Dyche to go into the end of the season?
Ray, I think you should do it, mate. I mean, listen, literally anybody would be better than Igor Tudor right now. I don't think anybody worse. They are definitely going down if they stick with this guy. It makes no sense to me that they're sticking with him. So I think he should go. Harry Redknapp is not a bad choice at all. At least what you're going to do there is get somebody in who knows how players tick, knows how Tottenham works, and knows that he will give it his best shot to put arms around the players and get the very best out of them. So for me, Harry Redknapp, definitely better than what they've got.
A little bit like Martin O'Neill, what he's done at Celtic.
Yeah,
very similar.
Yeah, just simplify it for people. Hey, I think there's 3 things he got wrong there, I think, the manager. Number 1, he shouldn't have played him in the first place. Number 2, he's playing out from the back in Madrid in his own 6-yard box. And number 3, he should have showed some compassion to him when he dragged him off.
Yeah, 100% correct. And I'm going to focus on the middle one that you've put in there. Playing out from the back, and let's face facts. If he'd done his homework, Igor Tudor, he would have known that the Atletico Madrid players in recent weeks have been complaining about the standard of the pitch, slipping over all the time. Diego Simeone was very clever in saying to his players, keep quiet about it. It will upset our opponents when they get onto this pitch. Everybody knew this apart from Igor Tudor. So he's saying play out from the back. It had been hammering it down with rain. In the warm-up, our producer spotted that Kinski slipped over when he was booting a ball to Vicario. So use your brains. It feels like he didn't do that at all. He just said, go out there and express yourselves and play. Just adapt to the conditions, try to get a decent result to take back to Tottenham next week, and he failed to do that. That is a failure of duty as the Spurs manager. That in itself a sackable offence.
I felt for Newcastle a little bit last night. I thought they played really well. Conceded right at the end aid. But tonight, Madrid, are you staying there tonight for the game? I'm sure you will be. It should be a cracker tonight. Man City, and obviously Arsenal go to Leverkusen. And Chelsea, what game this will be as well at PSG. So really exciting football tonight for the English clubs.
Yeah, we've got all three across the talkSPORT network. Arsenal, the early game. Arsenal, I think, will have no problems whatsoever on their way to success this season. That should not be an issue for them. They've got a really comfortable draw to the semi-finals at the very least. So I expect them to make it through. Chelsea, PSG, I think is an unpredictable. PSG can be brilliant. They can be terrible. So it depends which PSG turns up. And similarly with Chelsea, they can be awful as well. I was at the Wrexham game at the weekend. And listen, they had to work really hard to get the win. Wrexham were terrific. But you look at it and think, well, they can be got at. If you're looking at the Chelsea defence, they can be got at. So I kind of fear for Chelsea just a little bit. But Real Madrid, Man City, I don't care how many times this tie is played. I want to see it every single time. That's live on talkSPORT tonight. Manchester City's defence is suspect. Real Madrid in recent weeks have let Barcelona overtake them in La Liga. And I was at Newcastle, Barcelona last night, and they didn't play well at all. The penalty they equalised with in the 96th minute was only their second shot on target. So I think Real Madrid can be got at as well. I think it's going to be an open game, even for a first leg. Real Madrid, Man City on talkSPORT, I think is going to be fantastic. And overall, I think Manchester City might be coming to the boil, and I think they'll get through.
All right.
I just got to mention, because Aid does a great show on a Saturday, the Championship as well. I know you love the Championship, and another win for Millwall last night, and I think Middlesbrough play tonight, Coventry play tonight, so it's really hotting up in that Championship as well.
Oh, it is, and we love the Championship. I'll be at Coventry Preston tonight. Really looking forward to it. And I'm basically assessing what's going to be a Premier League outfit next season, seeing which players will stay on and play in the Premier League, what they need to do to strengthen, because I believe Frank Lampard has got it absolutely spot on. Not only are Coventry top and flying, they could go 8 points clear with the right results tonight and for them and elsewhere, but they're playing some really good football. He manages to solve problems. They had a problem in midfield around Christmas time. So in January, brought in Frank Onyeka from Brentford, really solved that problem, and they're back on a winning streak again. So Coventry are absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to checking them out tonight in the midst of our Champions League coverage. Listen, we all know the Championship is absolutely fantastic. What we're looking at is a team that's going to be in the Premier League next season. Can they do what Sunderland have done? Can they do even possibly what Leeds have done, although they're still in danger? Avoid doing what Burnley have done. But yeah, love the Championship, absolutely.
Yeah. Adrian, we love you. Thank you. Have fun in Madrid, and we'll speak to you a little bit later on talkSPORT.
Cheers. Cheers, Aid.
Take care. All the best to you. Don't forget, talkSPORT, of course, have you covered across the network tonight. All three Champions League games, as Adrian said, involving the English sides. We're coming to you live from Madrid right here on talkSPORT. Man City head to the Bernabeu. Kick off at 8, build up from 7. And if you want to hear more reaction to the rest of Tuesday's Champions League, last 16 ties, the talkSPORT Daily podcast is available now wherever it is you listen to your podcasts. You can listen to it for free as well on the talkSPORT app. Stream the UEFA Champions League, Europa League and Conference League live with TNT Sports on Discovery Plus, or watch TNT Sports channels on EE, Sky and Virgin Media.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the UEFA Champions League, Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Igor Tudor, the same Igor Tudor, concentrated in taking whatever positives he could find out of that result.
They are disappointed. They wanted more. We are aware of that. We also want to give more. Unfortunately, this is the moment that we pay everything. Maybe it will sound strange, but I believe more after this game than I believe before. I saw something. I need to choose the right guys, because the boat, I said now, is going in direction that I want to go, that need to go, and who is in the boat can stay. Otherwise, can bow down. How you say that? Leave the boat. So when the other players will come back and choosing the rights, I'm sure that we will have good teams and the victory will come back.
That was Igor Tudor grasping onto the positives as he saw them after the home defeat to Palace. But Simon, I think, if I remember rightly, you said if they lose to Fulham, they lose to Palace in mortal danger.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've got. I mean, the only thing that will keep Spurs up at this moment in time is the other teams beneath them don't close the gap, because right now the only thing that's holding them up is the other team's previous performance. I mean, there's not a lot we can take from the Palace game. He went hard after the players. So and it didn't get much of a...
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the Yellowstone. Reminds me of Yellowstone.
Is it Yellowstone?
I don't know if it is it?
I think it's been in Yellowstone.
And they got the new series come out now, Marshalls, which is the spin-off from Yellowstone.
Did you watch, is it 1883? Is that the first one?
No, that's a spin-off as well, isn't it?
Oh, it's too many then?
Well, this one's good. It's the sun now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
and the girl,
too
you know the girl, Beth?
Yeah, Beth Dutton.
She's in the...
She's great,
She's in the Marshalls now, the spin-off.
Okay, I do like
her.
her.
She's great.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Rewards event. Save up to £500 on thousands of cars. Shaban here, Dean Saunders, Ray Parlour is here as well. I'm in for the big man today. He's resting his head, he's resting his voice. Don't worry, he's going to be back with you tomorrow. And he was absolutely flying yesterday at Cheltenham. Here's his best bits.
Here we go, day one at Cheltenham. Can't wait. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock. This is talkSPORT Breakfast.
Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run.
DJ Ed has ploughed in to about 20 rabbits on the way down. On his back legs, eyes wide open, ears there, splat. 6:20, a bit of dead bunny there. Sorry, bad bunny there. Got to go on it. What about the penalty? What a dipstick. Expletive. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it was a shocking penalty last night, by the way. Quatera. Get 500 quid.
Oxygen out. There it is.
You know what irritates me the most? Travago. Oh, clippity clop. Travago. Jill's not happy. She is not happy. She makes an appearance. She says, I didn't give permission. I said, I signed your name.
I know I need a small vacation.
lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of old.
Come on, Sean Bowen.
Those are Welsh as well.
Yes, they'll all come to meet me.
Honestly, it's a big seat to sit in, to be fair. When you hear him going on like that, that's the kind of content you'll be back in for tomorrow when Alan Brazil is back for you at Cheltenham. If you're watching on the Smart TV or on the YouTube channel, you'll have seen our game. It's called Project Cheltenham, where you can help big Alan Brazil make it to Cheltenham for the rest of the week. So talksport.com/game to play. It's a QR code. You can play it on your phone. It's good fun, good crack. And Alan Brazil back with you tomorrow at Cheltenham. Now we can get the latest odds with Coral and Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
She does.
So he signs off Jill then?
Yeah, well, we did. But she looks like Cindy Crawford.
She does.
Yes.
Listen, she's a fine woman. I mean, 40 years of marriage.
Be well
to
happy
Alan
with that.
Brazil.
She looks really well.
Apparently, he said the other day, I mean, because you know he acts the tough guy. Apparently, he said the other day, "Oh, I can't wait to be by the fire with Jill later." I was like, "You're so cute."
Isn't it incredible? He spent the last 20 years trying to avoid her and creep off for nights out and lunches and stuff.
Then he realised it.
Finally, Jill's got him where she wants him by the fire. It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, dear. Listen, I've got to say, I just realised that this isn't your first rodeo filling in for Alan Brazil at Cheltenham, because 2 years ago, were we not the dream team on Gold Cup Day?
We was, yeah.
Man made her debut.
Right.
Yes.
Followed a long line of Laura Woods, Ray Stubbs, Jamie O'Hara,
Ray
Ali
Stubbs.
McCoist, all of them.
I done that Ray
who've been
Stubbs on as
thrown
well.
the ball.
It's good
at
fun.
late notice.
And
So well done,
this
Siobhan.
makes it as a, you just feel the energy, and it's not the same when Alan's not here. It's really not. He's back tomorrow, but it's just good crack. So
I
thank
have
you
to
for
say,
having
Simon,
me.
No, listen, it's a joke.
her attitude's changed over
Shut
the years.
up.
She was
She was lovely at first, but now she's ruthless.
She's got to know you, Dino. That's the trouble, as well as we do.
Drinks on you later, Dean. We're going to start with Spurs before we go into the horse racing today. What's the odds on them actually going down now then, Simon?
It's getting very
after this?
tight. I mean, West Ham are a fraction shorter at 6-4. It's then 13-8 Spurs, which is incredible, isn't it? Really. I think Forest are 7-2. Massive game. I mean, look, as Arsenal fans, West Ham are fighting for their lives. They're taking on City
Man
at
City,
home. We know City aren't invulnerable at the moment, so I'm half hoping that maybe West Ham could pull out a point, which would be bad news for Spurs, good news.
And Everton go to Arsenal, don't they?
Yep.
They're in decent form, haven't they? Everton at the
good,
moment. So that won't be an easy game.
Hard to beat.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just extraordinary at the moment, isn't it? I mean, the Premier. I think football generally, the Premier League football,
it's brilliant.
Spurs, I think it's just unbelievable. I mean, for that stadium to be down in the Championship, I mean, what a place for all the Championship sides to go and visit. To be fair, next season if Spurs go down, but I think they were about 30.
Well, potentially, it probably won't happen, but it could be Tottenham v Lincoln. Because Lincoln are top of the league, aren't they?
Why are you saying?
Well, no, Cardiff. No, Cardiff are top, aren't they? Cardiff are up there as well.
Yeah.
Cardiff and Lincoln are...
Ray, don't rub it in.
I'm not rubbing it in, but potentially that's what could happen.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a mad season.
Yeah. And let's go to the races today. The first one gets underway at 2:40.
First race is early in that, I think. Is it 1:20? Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
The old Coral Cup. The first race is, what's it called? The Turner's Hurdle. And no drama this end for Britain. Paul
That's
Nicholls
at 1:20.
is the favourite. 1:20, that's right.
We get there in the
It's
end.
this afternoon.
Bring back Alan Brazil.
And he's got to have a good chance. I think Active Innocence, Dominic King was on earlier. He tipped that up very confidently each way. So, maybe that's worth a few quid. So that's the first race. We then move on to the Brown Advisory. Big field for this. Sometimes it's small field, really big field. Lovely race. Romeo Coolio, the big Irish hope. I really like this horse, Wendigo. I mentioned it to you, Shaban.
You did.
He's got the right profile coming into it. He's owned by a syndicate, which has thousands of members. I mean, they all basically pay about 50 quid to have a tiny little share of this horse. It's amazing, really. I mean, don't know how many of them will get in the paddock, mind, but and Jamie Snowden's a really good trainer. I'd love to see him go well. We then have the big field, the old Coral Cup, as I like to call it, where Dan Skelton's very sweet. He had that runaway winner yesterday with Madara, and he's got Katira. He's been talking up this for the last 3 weeks at all the preview circuits, and I think Katira has got to go well. I'm doing a whistle pop talk through the card here. You do know that? In the fourth race, the cross country over the mad fences in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Fabric de Chamdu loves this crazy course. It's very, you just watch on the TV, they spin round and round, go for about 4 miles, and then run up the straight. He's got to have a very good chance for Gordon Elliott in the old Tiger Roll colours. We then get to the big race of the day, the Champion Chase. Madsborough, the hot favourite, but does have jumping errors. Threw away the Arkle here last year with a bad jump in the latter stages. I think Il Était Trompe has been primed for a comeback, actually. He was disappointing last time. That's for Willie Mullins. Loaded, quick shout out. Sir Alex Ferguson owns that. But with Dan Skelton training him, he's got to have an each way squeak. And then the second last race, I'm going for Be Aware for Dan Skelton again. And the last race, the bumper, Keep Him Company. There you go.
So I've got to ask you.
Don't play that back tomorrow when all of those get beat.
Are the punters in front at the moment?
I think they are, yeah.
Few favourites.
Lossie Mouth was a hot favourite, you know, and but Madara was a popular horse. I think, you know,
and the first race as well.
Steve-O was quoted something like, was it sort of honours even? I think Steve-O was said very diplomatically, but it really means that we're behind and we want a few assholes.
Okay, well, fingers crossed what happened today. We're looking forward to it, Simon.
Can I just a quick shout of an offer?
Go for it. Is this the shaking of the phone?
No, this is a new one.
Oh.
Well, there's more. This is Pip to the Post. If your horse is beaten a neck or less into second, you get paid as a winner up to £10 stakes. Terms and conditions by over 18s. Bet responsibly. And a new product. You know the football bet builder, where you put all the different things together, like assists and strikes on goal, etc. We've got a horse racing bet builder, and all you have to do is you don't even have to have a horse to win. You can pick a horse to finish in the top 3, or the top 5, or the top 6, top 10, and you can put different horses and almost predict the outcome of different horses. I'll chuck one out here. No End, No Drama to be in the top 3 in the first race, with Active Innocent Dominic King's horse to be in the top 4, Harry Redknapp's horse Taurus Bay just to finish in the top 6. That as a treble is 20 to 1. You can
Brilliant.
Might give that a go.
But bet responsibly, obviously over 18s.
Yes. Before you go, James Bowen. That shocked me yesterday. I was backing his brother, Sean.
Yeah.
And he gets a winner at Cheltenham before his brother.
Very talented family. Sean Byrne, we actually sponsor Sean. He's the champion jockey, ridden 200 winners. Still to have a Cheltenham Festival winner. Maybe he'll do it today. We're rooting for him. He deserves it. But he's very calm. He says it'll happen one day. He'll be thrilled when he does. But his brother James, a few years younger, very talented, great Welsh family, had his first win yesterday on Holloway Queen. And if you watch the replay, it'll be on social media. He passed the line, and Sean, on weighed out, went riding up to on the horse and threw his arms around his brother James to celebrate him. You know, do you know what I mean? It's just so lovely. I mean, that's the great thing about horse racing. They all root for each other.
It just makes me want to cry.
I'm making Shaban cry on air. This is
powered by hormones this morning. Thank you very much, Simon.
Cheers, Shaban.
We'll catch up with you soon. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+ be gambleaware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral's Rewards Shaker. Make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding with 100,000 free bets to be won every day. 18+ online. Max 1 reward per player per day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
You are listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. We're live from Cheltenham in 31 time. Cheltenham winner AP McCoy is with us next.
It was pathetic yesterday. Absolutely pathetic, lads.
Yeah, very true, mate.
Shocking. So, all right, so where are you off now? You off to the airport?
I'm at West Ham tonight, and then I've got a good couple of days, mate. I'm Atletico Madrid, Spurs, and then Real Madrid, Manchester City, both in Madrid. So I'm having a wee chat. I'm maybe get back on Friday, but I don't know, mate. But you'll be carrying a can, no problem at all. With those.
Well, Andy's coming Friday as well, so we're going to have a great week. It's very foggy at the moment, but that doesn't matter. That'll lift by the time the tapes go up on Tuesday in the Supreme. Can't wait, really can't wait. It's going to be such an open, good racing as well, and loads of plans. I've had so many calls and texts. Can you get me a ticket? I'm coming down. Crikey.
Yeah.
So many people coming. It's going to be magic.
He's like ticket taking you are.
I know.
It's going to be amazing, lads. I was listening to the show this morning. The show's been brilliant. John, it's a great spot you've got there, obviously. I heard Simon on. I mean, the build-up's just going to be fantastic. I can guarantee I'll be watching it. Mark will be there. We'll have the phone and the iPads out and we'll be watching it, mate. So, best of luck to you all, you
Ali,
boys.
what about Ali, those games in Madrid, what are you thinking?
Oh, crikey. You'd be a brave man that would say Atletico Madrid won't beat Spurs, do you know what I mean? To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Andy, Ray, I think Real Madrid have got problems, I really do. Well documented problems. I could see actually City winning the game. I think City will go through in the tie. I could actually see them winning the game in Madrid, to tell you the truth.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the taxman at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something, because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
To you. How are you? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shabana Hearn in for Alan Brazil. Day 2. Can you believe it? Day 2. And he's chucked it already. He's having a long lie. He's back tomorrow with you on talkSPORT Breakfast. Dean Saunders is here. Ray Party Parlour live from Cheltenham Festival with Coral. It was an absolutely brilliant start to the 2026 Cheltenham Festival yesterday. And here's how it all went down on talkSPORT.
That roar starts to get louder and louder. So McCoist gets him in half. It's running again. So McCoist, but coming out now is Old Park Star. It's the new star.
Well, it's nice to be 1 up after 1. That's a good start.
And now Cargisi comes away, jumping to the name of the game. The Lamper running on, but Cargisi is going to hold off all comers.
Cargisi has made that a rout from start to finish.
Flag is raised. Hold your horses here. And holding on is Saratoga, and it's another gutsy performance. Mark Walsh on board, held off all comers. Johnny Who just holding on. Johnny Who is the one who wins, bravely holding on.
Yes! Come on, Rupert!
Slotimo, she's digging deep. She's finding the strength. She's finding the ability. Finally, she's now won the champion hurdle.
And it's all to go again today. Ladies' Day at Cheltenham. We're joined by 31-time Cheltenham Festival winner, 20-time champion jockey, true racing royalty, and now ITV's jewel in the crown for their brilliant racing coverage as well. Sir A.P. McCoy. Yeah, that's you.
Morning,
that's
Tom.
you now.
Hey, lads. You all right? Yeah, good, thanks. Not as good as you. after that Spurs performance last night?
Yeah.
2 Arsenal fans here.
Yeah, we don't really.
Yeah, we're not bothered about that.
Ray's already rubbing it.
As I said,
I'm worried about tonight, not the Arsenal.
Do you think Rays is only come from people that live in North London that don't really like Spurs? Because anyone that's out of North London that's an Arsenal fan really don't. Spurs are really irrelevant, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even pick a man when he's down.
And Holloway Queen won the last race. Holloway Road, see. Should have done that. Arsenal connection there as well.
Very true. AP, what did you make of yesterday? Was the magic alive at Cheltenham?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was hard. I said that yesterday. I thought it was the best Cheltenham Festival we've had in 20 years because of how competitive the racing was. The first race was brilliant. Old Park Star won. I mean, Lossiemouth won a champion hurl. But it was I mean, you look at the champion hurl and think, oh, it wasn't a great champion hurl, but it's not great until you try and win it. So she's after winning 4 times at the Cheltenham Festival, and you can have all the talent in the world, and the lads will tell you, any sport, you can have all the talent in the world, but to come back to 4 Cheltenham Festivals, never mind win at 4 Cheltenham Festivals, takes some doing.
Wow.
But then to win at championship level, you have to have a lot of talent, but you have to be tough as well. You know, all good, I think horses are like all good footballers or boxers or whatever. They're tough and they're hardy, and they go out there every day and they perform, and she's one of them, you know.
And today, AP, it's quite a competitive day again.
It's hard, yeah. It's
really,
hard.
really tough.
I mean, with the exception, I mean, you look at the champion chase and Margeborough. It's probably the one horse coming here all week. I said that this Cheltenham Festival is the most competitive there's been in 20 years because much as we love having a Best Mate or a Cotto Star or a Nista Brack or Hurricane Fly or one of those real Sprint Sacker, one of them really, really dominant horses. There isn't a lot of them in terms of the champion hurl was very open. The World Hurl tomorrow is very open. In the Gold Cup, any one of 10 could win. But Margeborough might be the one horse that has got a little bit of freakishness about him.
Why is that? What is it?
He just looks like he's got talent. Yeah. He looks like he's one of those horses that's on the edge. You know, a bit like these two, a bit close.
Lunatic.
A bit close to going the wrong way. Yeah, and that's where the talent is. You know what I mean? I often think that, but really, really good sports people, they're very close.
They're a bit different.
Very close to being a bit wrong in the head, aren't they?
Do you think you have to not understand what the outcome of what's about to happen? So, you know, if you're a warrior, we would play in games, and the magnitude of the game, the consequences if you lose or don't play well.
I don't think
you don't realise. No, we don't think like that.
Shouldn't think like that.
It's like you when you're riding horses. You could fall at any minute, but you get back on the horse, don't you?
But you know that. I mean, the reality of it is, you know, if you're a jockey and if I was riding in between 800 and 1,000 races every year, and you know, you're hopefully going to be in front more than everyone else. You're hopefully going to be going faster than everyone else. You're going to be winning more than everyone else. So you're going in the ambulance more than everyone else. The reality of it is you're going to be in hospital.
You have broke a few things down.
Yeah, but but no matter how good you are, but you have to be prepared to take the risk all the time and go to that. And I think, you know, I do think that with a lot of really good sports people, I think that's what makes them different. I said, you know, you have to be able to, and they do think more about winning than anything else. I know you want to come here as a jockey or a big sporting event of, you know, whatever you're playing and whatever football match you're playing, and you want to go there and have a nervous excitement.
Yeah,
makes you better.
Yeah.
You were telling me, I'll never forget it. He was telling me that you don't get in it. You won't get in it. He's walking up the track with a broken leg.
Well, no, it's not so much that. You know, there has been over the years jockeys who were a bit like that as well. But there was certain jockeys I knew when they went in the ambulance, they're gone. They're going to hospital and they ain't riding again for a while. Like if Ruby Walsh went in the ambulance, you think.
He's in trouble. But the thing about it,
he needs operating on.
Going back to football,
you know, Richard Johnson. If Richard Johnson went in the ambulance,
definitely.
You'd think he might be dead. Do you know what I mean? Because much as I love him, and you need sport and people to make you better. He was second to me in 16 of the Jockeys Championships that I won. But he made me better every day. But he'd never, I promise you now, I used to slag him about being the meanest man in the world. He just wanted all the money in the world. But he was the hardest human being you'd ever get.
Wow.
And if he went in an ambulance, it went good. It wasn't good.
Going back to football though, if I'm marking someone and he stays down, I've got the better of him, haven't I? So I don't get that. If I got kicked and it really hurt, I'm getting up straight as quick as I can.
Well, you
were,
but they don't anymore, Ray. They're
I don't want to show weakness.
Tony
But
Adams.
people don't think like that anymore. They just try to con the ref now.
Yeah,
it's
well,
so
I don't-
different.
I don't
Falling
see
off a horse is completely different to the nonsense that we see.
No, but I think it's the same probably in all sports. The only thing I would think about anyone when they go home and watch it at night, do they actually think, oh God, that didn't look great when I held my face and no one actually was anywhere near me?
Yeah. Oh, no, not exactly.
Tony Adams used to smash me every time I played against him, right?
Nice.
First 5 minutes, he used to wait for a ball.
How'd you feel? How'd you like that?
He need me one
What about
day.
the game?
And Martin Keowney done it as
Martin used to kick me. And Steve Bold. And Andy Linnigan. So he need me in the cheek of my bum, right? Ball's come into my feet. He's need me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt sick, but there's no way I'm going to let him think he's hurt me.
Yeah.
I run off like that. Oh, you know, you never used to show defenders.
But I do get that, and I'm not. I know whatever he keeps going, and I love Roy Keane, but like he keeps saying, "But lads in the tunnel now, they're giving each other a high five and hugging." And whereas Keane and Vieira was standing in the tunnel, it was like they couldn't wait to get at one another. It was like better putting boxing gloves on them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's just totally different now. The
Well,
way
you can't. Things like swapping shirts half time.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
That's a bit like
No.
isn't it? Yeah. When they do
That's
that.
embarrassing.
But totally different sports. In terms of getting yourself mentally ready today, how do the jockeys start to prepare? It's a very early start. I mean, we saw them come out here a few hours ago.
Yeah, some everyone's different, aren't they? You know,
A little bit of a run, some of them.
some of them are very different. I mean, they don't have saunas or anything like that anymore. They used to have saunas in the weigh room and that. A lot of them will run the track. Like all sports, they're much fitter now, and I do look at things where jockeys and all sports, they should be so much better now than they were when you were playing football or I was a jockey, because they've got dietitians and they've got psychologists and they've got fitness coaches and all the physios, they've everything that so they should be better. But and it is, the standard is very good. But you want to come here and be excited. Like you walk, how lucky, and I keep saying it about how lucky you to go out and play football in front of all the people, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, well, I didn't go to school that much, but the lads I went to school with, I often think, imagine what they're doing today. They're working for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm actually coming here and you think I'm having a bad day, but compared to everyone else in the world, I'm not really having a bad day. How lucky are you as a sports person to be able to go out and perform in front of lots of other people? Like, it's the dream, isn't it? If you're a kid, someone said you can come, you can play football at Wembley, you can ride horse at Cheltenham. It's like, it's not the real world.
Yeah.
This just might be a silly question. Have horses got quicker over the years?
Times would tell you not really, no. But then you think the same with athletes. Like, I mean, like I suppose Usain Bolt was, but no one's got quicker in the last 10 or 12 years since he was running. So have they got quicker? I mean, obviously the training of them different, but not really. The times will tell you they haven't really got quicker. I mean, course records get broken and all that, but then you wonder, is the distance the exact same and the reels not moved? Or I mean, they probably are because they've measured them, but you would think that, but not really. I think everything gets to a point where, I mean, why hasn't there been a faster athlete since Usain Bolt with everything going on since?
Do they always go out and check the ground, the jockeys, or would you?
Yeah, I think most of them
or the Chinese would do that.
They say that the conditions are perfect today, right? Is it a really good day for racing?
Yeah, it was a little bit of drizzle last night, so there was a little bit of rain. Yeah, I used to think it wasn't the going was the problem; it was the coming back was the problem I had most of the time. But yeah, it's in really good condition. There's no excuses for horses.
Great. And what else are you looking out for today? What should we be looking out for today?
I think no dramas this end in the first race of Paul Nicholls. I think most of the horses trained in England and the novices yesterday with the first four.
They done well.
They did well, and they're actually, I mean, somehow or another. I mean, I live in England and have done for 31 years, but somehow or another the English trainers are ahead of the Irish at this point, which is a miracle. I think they should, if they could just call Cheltenham off, then they might have a chance of winning the Presbyterian Cup. But yeah, I'm no dramas this end out has been very impressive for Paul Nicholls, and I think he could be one that could be hard to beat.
Well, listen, if I don't see you before, I'll see you on the 26th of April, London Marathon.
Oh yeah, I'm doing
How's the training going?
AP.
I'm doing the London Marathon.
Ali McCoist is filling you?
I
Do you want to answer live on air?
I'm surprised he's not commentating.
Yeah, he's probably working somewhere, isn't he?
He's commentating, definitely.
Is he lost? How's the training going?
Not great. It sounded like a great idea at the time. I'm running it. A lad, Matt Hampson, who had a life-changing injury playing rugby 20 odd years ago. He's a very good friend of Graham Lee, who Ray would know well. He got paralysed 2 years ago. Matt is paralysed from the neck down. I think he had a C3 or 4 injury, but he's a big man. He said he was doing the London Marathon, and I was joking with him, and there was 4 lads doing it with him, or 4 lads pushing him, and I said, I'll do it with you. And he says, oh, that's great. And I said, like, and only that I know him that well. I said, of course you're doing the marathon, you're in your chair, we're pushing you. So
fair play.
Have you ever counted how many bones you've broken?
Random question of the day.
Do you know what? I didn't break either of my femurs.
And you're doing a marathon? That's what I was going to ask you next.
Well, I'm planning on doing a marathon. I haven't done it yet.
You've got some good training.
Like a skeleton.
Six weeks to go, AP. You better get moving.
Yeah, no, I did. I ran 5 miles on the treadmill this morning at 6 o'clock. So
fair play, yeah. Fair play.
So I thought I'd get try.
Shaban, what are you up to?
13 miles.
13 miles.
It's on
Are
a
you doing it as well?
half marathon I did on Monday and last Monday, and I'm 15 miles next Monday.
She's doing it.
But you'll still be quicker than me.
You're doing that on.
Yeah, actually, that'll be my excuse for my Alan Brazil mask, fueled by rosy wine.
I was actually doing okay, and I got pneumonia in January. I've had it quite a few times because I punctured my lungs quite a lot. So, so I had a couple of days in hospital. That wasn't great, but I'm back going again. All right.
Keep going.
Just run it off.
Yeah.
AP McCoy, as ever, good luck to you today.
Mate.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you on ITV's racing coverage today as well. The legend AP McCoy. Coming up for you, Jim White, Gabby Agbonlahor, Alex Crook live at Cheltenham. They're going to be joined by Premier League and Champions League winner John Obi Mikel. Whilst on talkSPORT 2, 10 o'clock, Rupert Bell, Lizzie Kelly bringing you all the latest news, tips and interviews with trainer Dan Skelton ahead of Day 2 at Cheltenham. And then talkSPORT here on the day, H&J bring you 5 races, including the Queen Mother Champion Chase, and they'll be joined by former Spurs midfielder Jake Livermore. Dino picks his sport and diamonds on the busy sporting week so far, and you'll get another chance to hear why exactly Ray's childhood pet tortoise reached the end. It's a shocker. We're with you next on talkSPORT.
Just like former players, on the TV pundits, radio pundits, they've been saying the same thing for weeks and months now.
Saying what?
That Arsenal is going to fail, Arsenal is winning ugly, Arsenal are a set pieces team.
Who are saying this?
Who's saying they're going to fail?
Yeah, Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Carragher, all of them, even some former Arsenal players. I just crossed the path, with Ray Parlour, just came out and say, "Are you confident to stay?" No, I'm not.
Well, I'm confident, but I don't want to overshoot it, if you know what I mean. I know Piers Morgan said they're going to win it in March and this, that, whatever. I don't want to be saying things like that because I know how hard it is, and you could get a bad spell. But they're in a great position, and sometimes you can be overconfident, can't you?
Ray, what about the Brighton game? Brighton fans were going crazy about the time wasting. Did you see that or not?
Look, you do try and slow if you can now. I mean, we used to try and do it. If we're leading and whatever, you got to try and see games out. And the good thing about that game was that they wasn't very good. They was poor as a team, but they won the game, and that's what it comes down to. You don't analyse every single game when you finish the season with the trophy in your hands and say, "Well, but remember the Brighton game? We didn't play that well, did we? We got lucky there." You just embrace the moment and say, "Look, we're champions of England," and that's the most important thing. So you can try any sort of tactics if you're going to slow it down, but I think it's a little bit unfair that they're saying about the set plays and this sort of set plays is part of the game.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Another great song. Shaban, I feel really bad. I've got to tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
Right?
Here we go.
You know Barman Dave?
Yes.
One of the bosses.
Yes.
Well, last year, he was in a right mess. He fell asleep at the table, right?
Was this not 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Last year. He fell asleep at the table in the...
It was funny, wasn't it?
So I got to get him home, right? So I walked him up to the train station, up the road, and the bloke went, "This ain't going to London, mate. You need to walk in the town centre." I got him into the taxi, got him to Cheltenham station, and he couldn't speak. And I got him through the turnstiles, and I went, "Right, just get on that train, platform 2 there." He ended up in Cardiff. Did he walk up in Cardiff 9:30 at night? I didn't mean it. He tried to blame me. He couldn't see the platform. Anyway, he's all right. And if you're wondering why I've not been on a lot, that's why.
He was all right yesterday. Dave?
Yeah, he's all right yesterday.
Yeah, he's now a father of two, so he doesn't get.
He kept it in for a year. He never told me for a year. He just told me yesterday.
He woke
Dean,
up
I've got to tell you, I've kept it in, but you sent me to Cardiff, mate.
You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's rewards event. Get £500 off your next car this week only. Yes, it's not Alan Brazil. He's having a rest today. He's back tomorrow for Cheltenham. Dean Saunders is here. Ray, Prince of Cheltenham Parlour, and we can end the show with a bit of this.
Saw the goalkeeper off his line. Oh, a glorious goal.
Oh, I'll tell you who it was. Who's the fitness? Bo Wicks. Diamonds are forever.
Amsterdam, first thing that comes into your head, bikes. I've never seen so many bikes in all my life.
Hi, Tom.
Good evening, how are you guys?
That's not Tom. What's your name?
My name's Tom.
Oh, is it? Oh, Tom. People are just inventing new words up to sound intelligent. How about this one? Edam cheese.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you say that? Edam cheese.
Diamonds are forever.
I can't sing. I'm the only Welshman that can't sing.
I'm sure there's a few more.
And I didn't realise they were clipping that up.
But it's fine, you've got a bit of chat about you, so you're going to be okay. Dean has selected
Right,
3
go on
diamonds of the week's sports, and what a week it's been already. Dean, please take it.
In no particular order. Number one of my diamonds, Lossiemouth yesterday. I backed the New Lion, and the New Lion, my favourite horse, just got outclassed on the day. And it was won by half the track. Lossiemouth, what a performance.
What a performance. I was on
Wasn't
it.
it? Was you on it?
Yes, I was.
Oh.
But a lot of people would have got, and it was really interesting with AP there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Saying it was too slow for him.
Yeah.
Gallop, was it, or something?
He said that the New Lion's not used to running at that pace. It's come back on a shorter trip. And
Yeah.
He should have done few more sprints, like us.
Boo doggies.
Yeah, well, if you keep plodding round, you're training yourself to go slow, aren't you?
Yeah.
So sprinters. Anyway, that's my first one. Number 2, Michael Elise, Bayern Munich. Scored 2. They won 6-0 against Atalanta.
6-1.
Scored 2, 6-1. Scored 2 and made 1.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we forgot about him, didn't we?
Brilliant
Harry
player.
Kane keeps getting the headlines over there. Legend, Harry Kane. Still scoring.
Straight from Palace.
But Elise, well done.
Yeah.
And number 3, I was sitting in the hotel yesterday. Max, another one of our bosses, who loves West Ham to bits, saying that Gerard Bowen's gone. And I went, he'll be back, don't worry about that. He said, no, on this current form we've had, he's not scored. And he got 2 goals the other night, just in time. And I like him, Gerard Bowen.
He's good.
Somerville.
Somerville's
Brilliant.
been banging them in, and he said he's covered up for Gerard Bowen's lack of goals. But I like watching him play. He tries.
Do you know another?
Imagine that.
Another
someone
player
trying.
For West Ham, Fernandes. Very good.
Yeah.
Midfield.
Yeah.
I think do you know we were on about teams getting relegated? Forest, he's got them in the canoe, and they're all rowing the right way. West Ham are in the canoe. Spurs' players have not stepped into the canoe yet. He needs to get them in there. They're not rowing in the same direction.
He was talking about them all being on a ship earlier on in the week, wasn't he? And
Pedalo.
Just shooter. Come on now. Guys, thank you so much for getting me through today. It's
Well
good
done,
fun.
Shaban.
Thanks, Shaban.
We'll go and enjoy a wee session later on.
Well,
Alan Brazil back with you tomorrow. Don't worry about it. The 2026 Cheltenham Festival, couple of hours away on day 2. We've got it all live for you here on talkSPORT. The first 4 races also on H&J, and the remaining 3 will be on talkSPORT 2. Do not miss a gallop here on talkSPORT this Cheltenham. Coming up for you next, Jim White, Gabby Agbon-Lahore, Alex Crook, all live from Cheltenham. They're going to be joined by Premier League and Champions League winner John Obi Mikel. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Simon, there was controversy last week, if you remember. Sections of Elland Road booed as the game against Manchester City paused for Muslim players to break their Ramadan fast. The incident occurred 11 minutes into the game. An explainer flashed up on the big screen. Do you remember that? Play has been paused briefly to allow players to break their fast, but the boos continued alongside some chanting. Manchester City on that occasion named 3 players, Muslim players, Marmoush, Cherki and Ait Nouri, in their starting 11. And it goes back to the fact that in 2021 an agreement was introduced to allow Muslim players to break their fast during a Premier League match. But there was a lot of chat around that and as to why a certain number of Leeds fans ended up booing. Was it because of a pause in play because of the fasting? Well, ahead of another fasting break in yesterday's FA Cup,